जय श्री बामा केपा, जय श्री श्यामा केपा, जय श्री प्रेम राधाकृष्ण, जय केपा परंपरा, भैरव कालिके नमोस्तुते, ओम नमो भैरवाय नमः। जय
Um,
जय जय मां जय जय मां। Welcome all. From today, we will be starting a new series. It's Kaliputra Machine Project Devi Bleeds, and welcome to episode one. And Guruji once said that only when a Devi, Shakti, talks and asks, that's when true Jnana will flow. And that's the whole path of the fifth head. And we've known that there had been upsurge of Bhairava, Nama Japa from past 2 years. So where does Bhairava take us to? Finally to Ma. So he's preparing us for the Shakti. So this is the rise of Shakti. And how does Shakti rises? Adya dances, bleeds, experience everything through women around us, through every Shakti. And when Shakti heals, she heals. She has the capability to heal everybody around her and her own bloodline. And with that note, we will be starting our project Devi Bleeds, episode one, Jaima. And I'll hand over it to Bhargavi.
Jema. Thank you, Sai, for the introduction. And today we have a new member, Meghana Reddy. She'll share her experience and we'll start off with that. So, Meghana, like, how did you find Guruji? Like, what was the initial experience? How did you come into this path, sadhana path? Since you joined the bench recently, I
Yeah.
want to know how you came to the bench also. What was the procedure? What happened in the background? All of that. Take your time and you can say.
Okay, Jayma. I'm so glad I'm here today and I'm a part of Shakti podcast and the Creative Bench and basically a part of the greatest mission I've ever known in this birth and probably my previous births too, as Guruji says. So I don't know how many births my soul has to take to reach here and to get to know Ma. It's really a blessing and I think it's just her Leela. So how I got to know about Guruji and how I started my sadhana and everything was actually it's kind of blurry to me. So I cannot define a start point. Like where did I start to be so devotional in this Gora Kali Yuga as Guruji says. So I think it starts from my home. So my family is a very devotional family. My father has always been a sadhaka, not a sadhaka, just a bhakta. Like he her basic devotee, like just as how any middle class father would be. And my childhood was, I don't know, it was good and bad and everything. I don't remember the most of it. So yeah, after that, recently, as I got conscious about all my life and all my surroundings and how life can actually be so dramatic and so, I don't know, so difficult for a woman to live in, that is where I started noticing that it's really hard to be a woman. And I belong to the like more I would say like as per the society rules, I would say like body shaming type and everything. Like I used to face that a lot, like a lot of trauma regarding that since my childhood until date it goes on, but I made my peace through it and I got to know what is important and what's not. Because as Guruji says, if you do not accept yourself in the mirror, then it's like you're striking off that thing and it's not how it goes. So everything started from my childhood, I guess. Yeah, as I mentioned, like my journey, my devotional journey has been from there. And at some point when I was really little, my father actually bought a vigraham of Krishna. So
Okay.
as soon as I like when I grew up seeing him, I still grew like go to him and pray to him and everything. Like I see Ma as Krishna. I see Krishna as Ma now. And when like recently when after I got into sadhana and when Guruji mentioned ki Krishna is Kali and Kali is Krishna, that literally blew off my mind. Because that was not how I perceived Krishna to be. That was now how I perceived Kali to be. Because Ma Kali is basically like we are mentioned ki like she's not to be worshipped at home, or
Feared.
there has been, yeah, there has been a taboo to it ki no, this is a fierce goddess and you'll like even a lot of people around me when I like close people when around me, I told ki I'm into this Kaliputra mission, I'm volunteering and everything. They were like, oh, you're worshipping Mahakali. That's not how you do it. Like there was many misconceptions. And like I felt like correcting them, but there has always been a point missing ki, okay, if they can't accept Ma Kali in their home or just as Ma, then how do I explain them that you can worship her and she's the really loving goddess that you can ever imagine a Ma to be. So yeah, so last year February was my February. I don't remember the date and the video which I saw of Guruji, but it was a random YouTube shot that I came through, and as soon as I saw Guruji under his tree with those cows in the background and everything, I don't know, like, and he was talking about Bhairava. And this was last year when Bhairavanama upsurge took place. Yeah. So that was the starting point, I guess, for me. So I was going through all other platforms searching for Bhairava, Namajapa and everything. But I don't know. I felt like I missed a point. Like, okay, there should be something to it, some spark to it. I think I have to find that spark, and that moment, that fat moment was that for me when I came across Guruji's video. So that video, those cows in the background, as I said, I'm a very Krishna devotee. So those cows and bull and the dogs around, I really personally love dogs. And I don't know, like everything made sense to me. Okay. So this is the path I must go, was that fat moment for me. That is where it started. And last year, yeah, the February was my starting point. I started doing basic namajapa. I was too scared, like because of all these voices around me and in my head, they already put into my head. I was like really too scared. Like nobody is there to properly guide to me. I couldn't reach Guruji because I don't know, it was impossible. I was too scared to do anything, and I don't. But I was like, okay, ma, you gave this to me. I'll just go through his videos. I'll just keep following his channel, his WhatsApp channel, Facebook channel, everything. I'll follow whatever Kaliputra name comes in. I'll just follow it and I'll see where this goes. This is my fat movement. I'll just accept it and I'll go. That is where it started. So yeah, one by one, I started watching Guruji's video, and as soon as the first video that I've saw of Guruji in his Garbhagriha, and I saw Mars Vigraha, I was like, okay, I don't know. I felt like my soul left my body and came into her feet. It felt like that. That was like, it was really like I cannot explain it in words actually. Like it felt like I was okay, this is the purpose of my birth. This might be, no, not even might, like this is surely why I am born. Yeah, so that is how I felt. And slowly, I started following Guruji and his sankalpas and everything. I was still scared to do anything. I didn't like my mind didn't still wire properly. So yeah, after 1-2 months, slowly, I was going through a lot in my personal life last year. It was very horrible to even like breathe through one day, and that is when Ma literally she embraced me with all her love through Guruji. And yeah, so as each video I went by and how Guruji explained about Bhataka Swarna Karishna Bhairava Sadhana, that is where I started. And Guruji mentioned ki is the child form, and I don't know, like even with my childhood, along with Krishna, I was also a Shiva Bhakta. So it was all around for me. I was going here, I was going there, I was very scattered in all places. But yeah, so that is when I realized ki, okay, like the Bhairava form I perceived to be and I knew was only of Kala Bhairava, which is in Kashi. That is the only form in my mind which I have seen through my with my eyes and which I have experienced his presence there. Beyond that, Batuka Swarna Karshana Bhairava, okay, I have to think about this. I don't know what this is, what form is this. I like whatever Vedic textures and whatever we have been through these Sattvic paths and everything, they've always mentioned like this is the form, how it came through. This has a backstory and everything. But I like this felt very different and this felt of my genre. Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is me. This is perfect for me. I think this is my purpose. I have to get into this. I have to do this. And I started Vadika Swarna Karshna Bhairava Sadhana. I till date I don't have a like proper asan, proper pitha and everything at my home, proper garbhagruha and everything. I am still waiting on mass grace for that, mass blessings for that.
You're
But
here, na? You're in
yeah,
CB. That is a asan.
yeah.
You're in this podcast. This is also an asan,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
exactly.
this is an
So
awesome.
since yeah, so since day one, I've been talking to Ma, telling her that see, my heart is my asan, Ma. Wherever I sit and do your nama japa, that is where that my asan belongs, and that is where I truly worship you, and that will be every minute of my life. I'll try to do that every minute, every hour of my life. If I can't, it's just your leela. That's it. I can't do anything about it. It's all in your hands.
Okay.
Yeah, so and slowly as I went through my sadhana, there was an announcement for Hyderabad volunteer groups. And I literally filled out every form from my 10 emails, all
Oh
the
my
email
God.
IDs I have. I've been so active and so eager to do, like, eager to be a part of everything that belonged to Ma, and I filled out every forms. Even I came across the CB links that Guruji has in his YouTube channel and everything. I went out
Mm-hmm.
and filled everything. I don't know. I clicked on every form I saw on Guruji's channel, and I started filling it. I just put my everything into it. That is how I was accepted into the volunteer part of the Hyderabad team. So
Okay.
first Annadana Seva was here near my home, which is literally 10 minutes away from my home. So that was like a calling for me. I went, I did my seva and everything. Like, okay, I was fixed. Okay, thank you, Ma, for this. I'll make sure I'll do this till the end of my journey of this soul. I'll just do it. Just give me that chance, just give me that love. I'll just be your bhakta. I'll just be at your feet. And slowly after that, after volunteer things happened, we did annadanams and sevas we are planning now. That was all nice, and that was the first day when I got to know that there was a creative bench. I didn't even know there was a creative bench for every city or anything. I just thought Guruji might be handling this all alone to all the cities or all the sevas or everything. And then, okay, I was like, okay, if I am already here and if you're giving this permission to be here to do your seva, maybe you'll give me that permission to be in the part of creative bench also. Okay, let me try. And then I went on my quest again. I visited his channels. I was looking for all those forms. Okay, how can I be a part of CV? I asked every volunteer of Hyderabad how to be a part of CV, how to be a they were like it's a form release that Guruji does it only when he feels like it's a calling. So you'll have to wait on it. I was like, okay, okay, let's see. And I continued with my sadhana. As I told, I was going through a lot in my personal life, but I don't know. I felt like this part of my life, it actually became the purpose of my life. My sadhana from day one, and as I progressed, and from the start, I couldn't do it every day. I couldn't sit every day. I couldn't do namajapa every day, and it was hard for me. It was really hard to even sit for 5 to 10 minutes and do just basic namajap also. So yeah, and then after the volunteer meetups, I still looked forward, and then came a calling. Like I was in one of my friends' wedding in last like this February. That was when I got an email ki yeah, you're a part of creative events, and nobody shouted louder than me in that entire wedding. I was so I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, finally. Okay. Ma literally, like, I felt like she threw, like, she saw me through her eyes. And I was so glad. I felt like, okay, even if this might be the last day of my life, I'd be so happy to just be at her feet. Yeah, that is how I came into the creative bench. And coming here, I got to know, okay, there are a lot of cities, lot of plannings, lot of background work, and many more lot of Sena here, our entire Sena who's doing all of these duties and everything. So yeah, that was
Kanda
my
Sena,
journey. Yeah.
Adya Sena
Yes.
from our bench.
Adya.
So that was a beautiful start, a beautiful story. How you clinged on to that idea of I want to, like, every minute, right? That's amazing. So you
Thank
talked about childhood, right? So I was
Yeah.
thinking childhood and women. How was that for all of us? No, can we think about that? How we came up, how we were brought up, and the society. like body shaming you told, yeah, and the restrictions, and so many people doing, okay, you are not safe, you won't be safe here. All of that was fed into us from an early age only, right? And from coming from that and developing a confidence to sit for sadhana, that to pursue this path, right? How much courage it will take for us, like as women,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So you have anything to share? Like, who have you like come across that thing where, okay, this was a trauma, but now after watching Guruji's videos, kind of accept myself, and even if people say whatever about whatever tiny thing, they'll talk about your hair, your skin color, your height, your weight, your studies, your dress, right? Everything they'll have an opinion. Mainly our family members only, relatives and everybody, they'll have that. With that upbringing, then we come to this path saying, okay, you are Devi, you are Shakti, you, like, you be you, you do you, right? Everything,
Exactly.
whichever form you want to do, you just do it, right? There's no restrictions, there's no ineligible people here, and women here, nothing will stop us, right, from doing sadhana. We're on the periods, whether you're working, you're studying, you're a mother, you're a small kid, not small kid, but yeah, 19 plus only can join and do sadhana, right?
Yeah, we should mention that.
Yeah, so whichever, like this path is open for every woman who is like kind of looked at, okay, these women, they are only meant to, uh, be part of a family, domestic care, and everything. And then sadhana is like, okay, only thing that I've observed is in many families, the husband or the male in that particular family, they will do the puja, and the
Yeah.
woman, she'll be like washing the puja samagri, those small vessels and everything and all, doing all the background. The man will be sitting and he'll do everything. Like, this is a general conception that I've seen, right? But now that I realized, what I realized is the woman who she's doing all of that scrubbing, arranging flowers and everything, that is like Saturn's work, right? Like she's getting more
Behind the scenes.
kripa, more or less equal, maybe, I don't know. But how much is there? She's not realizing that she's doing it, right? But people have said that, okay, she only prepares only for festivals, right? Mainly festivals, women, they'll cook, they'll prepare the naivedyam and come. The man will present it and say, okay, I have done my part, this is for God and everything. But who was the one cooking? Who woke up early in the morning, right? All that. That's what. But in this path, whichever that thing happens, you sit, whether you offer or whatever, we do our thing, we are completely eligible, there's no restriction and everything. So that's what I love about our Adhyama's path. And obviously Bhairava is the Adara. So we started off with the Kala Bhairava Ashtakam before, right? And Sai mentioned that Shakti rises means Bhairava will come running. So this was already prepared, right? Shakti rise is gonna happen. Bhairava, he just came. We didn't realize it. We were thinking, okay, all of a sudden Bhairava Nama explosion happened in the podcast. Namajapa happened. So many podcasts, so many things, so many content we started consuming, right? Everybody has witnessed that. But some point people got stuck there. That's what Guruji says. That's what differs Guruji from everybody else in this platform, online, social media, and everything. So now I don't know. I feel lucky. Like Meghna told, how many lifetimes have we waited to come to this path? How many lifetimes? I don't know. I don't
Exactly.
have a clue. Right? How many lifetimes? Like when you're here, we'll just stick to it. We'll just cling on. We'll just be here. Whatever, creative bench, volunteering, just holding on to Guruji, just thinking that 1 minute also, I want to be here. I want to be here. I want to stay. That's what I am just thinking. So yeah, that was a big introduction. So what do you guys think?
Just fully with a lot of thoughts. Like you told, right, Akka, it was very beautiful. Like the Bhairava Nama, like the rise in Bhairava Nama in itself, it is like preparation. Like Bhairava knows, right? Like Shakti is gonna rise. And then it's all happening. But then a lot of people are just there. But then we need to come to Ma. Like she is raising, the femininity is going to raise to such an extent. that without Bhairavadara, there is a lot of things that might not go the way it should. So Bhairavadara is very essential in this Kali Yuga specifically. I think like women are all, like the femininity is rising, but then for every single woman, without the Bhairavadara, like it is not possible to maintain that. How do I tell it? Like without Bhairava, Shakti just destroys, right?
Yeah.
So Bhairava Adara is very, very crucial thing, I believe. And also talking about childhood, like this conditioning, the social conditioning that every single woman undergoes, and then like having all those, the childhood traumas and all that, and then coming, to the sadhana path. And you told also like the path is open for everyone. Like this path is complete procedural collapse. All the misfits are also in the path, and all of them that wanted to pursue the path is also on the path of fulfillment. That is the beauty. It is open for everybody. Like no matter who you are, no matter which gender you belong to, no matter what traumas you have, what karmas you have, what your daily life is, you can do the way you wanted to do. However you want to do, you can do and worship the deity that you want. So yeah, that's the beauty of fifth head path, I believe. And also this concept of childhood, femininity, and then females having their own social conditioning, not only through childhood, all along the way as she grows, she has different types of social conditioning and trying to put her in a grid. But then we cannot put Kali in a grid, right? Shakti cannot be fixed. Kali cannot be fixed. He will just dance off. If you are going to put her in a grid, she'll just break it and move. So yeah, that is how it is for the Kali sadhaks. And every woman in Kali Yuga is Draupadi, Gurudev tells. Like she has five purposes. She has the women are going to be the she's going to be in the driver's seat.
Driver's seat.
As Kali Yuga the years pass, the men they will kind of become they
Beta.
will lose the clarity, and then they'll
Yeah.
become kind of like weak, and then so the femininity will rise, and that is exactly why Ma Kali and Bhairava, Ma Adya's name is rising, I believe. Like in every aspect, women were conditioned all across the yugas. Like it was always the women that was the victim. But then Shakti plays the victim to give purpose. It is all her. The avatars are her. The entire game is her. But then by the law of karma or whatever it is, the womb is destroying its own creation, and that point we are heading towards, right? And every single one of us, we are holding on to Ma, we are holding on to Bhairava. May they lead us. Yes. And yeah, through Guruji, we all got Ma Adya. Yeah, without him, I have no idea. Like, we never would have spoken about her in such a depth and such an understanding. Like, looking, like, finding her and breaking down Ma Adya in all the avatars, in all the Leelas, like every single inauspicious thing, also, we are trying to see Ma. This kind of jnana would have never reached us if Guruji is not there. So, we should just hold on to our guru, our parampara, our Amma, Adya Amma and Bhairava. Yeah, they should guide us from here. Yeah, and we can also
So
talk about femininity.
inauspiciousness, you were saying, right? Women are seen as inauspicious. That's how the okay, this is inauspicious. During those 4 days in the month, inauspicious. Don't come in. Sit on the floor. Lie down on the floor.
Yeah,
Don't touch the
still there are a
vessels.
lot of myths. No matter how much we
That's
find,
followed.
we do with these.
That's
Yeah,
followed.
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
there. The myths, the conditioning is still there. Like even for our deities, like see, Amma is liberating us. We are breaking cycles, patterns, and all through her with her help. She's empowering us so much, but still people are telling like, no, you cannot worship her. No, she will destroy your life. Arey, I am breathing because of her. Why are you telling me that she will
She
destroy?
gave birth to
It
us,
doesn't
yeah.
make
The
sense.
mother gives birth to its
Yeah.
child, then what? She'll
That's
destroy. She'll destroy the child. Why?
God. Exactly. Like, how can a mom like
And
it
she
Yeah.
is
doesn't
not
make
a human
sense.
mother. She is like the ultimate mother. And she is not going to
Cosmic womb,
destroy
cosmic
the
mother.
child. Yes, it's the cosmic mother. And like you said about inauspiciousness and the misfits being in this path, right? This is the Kappa Parampara. Look at our Paramesh Guru. Look at our Paramesh Guru. Like he's the OG Kappa, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, and I feel what we learn from him is that in the devotion of Ma, go mad in the devotion of Ma. It does not matter. The world does not matter, and what matters is what you feel inside, what you feel about Ma. And um, without the Bhairava Adhara, if this madness continues, it will go into chaos because Shakti is chaos, absolute madness. But then our Guruji brings out the Bhairava Adhara in us.
Mm.
Without him, we would go mad in love with Ma. If he only talked about Ma, and he did not talk about Ma to a certain point,
Yeah.
till he felt that the Aadhar was done. Yes, he
Exactly.
only talked about Ma after a while when he felt like we do have the Aadhar, and that is why we also have the Kala Bhairav group sadhana, which is after you make the Adhara strong, then you can
Mm.
go to that group and then go further to Mahadyas form. So right now we are doing Bhadrakali, then Dakshina Kali comes, then Aghora Kali, Smashan Kali, then Adya. So
Mm.
what I am talking about is how Bhairava Adhara is important for all the women in
Oh.
our lives so that we can control the chaos,
Oh.
right? So,
Mm.
yes, so because in the woman's life, what happens is the most of the guilt, shaming, everything has
Mm.
also come from another woman.
Yeah,
Has
Ah,
also
exactly.
come
true.
from another woman.
True, true, true.
Women are women's most like biggest enemies. If you see this in the truest form, women are like the biggest enemies of other women. And to be in that sort of world and to come into this Kaliputra mission where you see like people like you all, people like us who are accepting each other completely, like just being our true selves, and we can fall in love with Ma however we like, right?
Mm.
Guru Dada said that she is the mother, like the gestation period, as he said, like
Ten.
when a person is in the womb, right?
Yeah.
So it is the whole tamas, and you accept the tamas. And when you accept the tamas, what is beyond that? What is beyond that? So, like if you accept bodily fluids of a person, what is beyond that? So, if our Ma can be worshipped in such a manner, like we can truly feel ourselves through her, like through
Mm.
her Maya, what else is required, right? So, all my madness for her is just because there is nothing and no one else who understand me better than her. Even if
Mm.
even if that doesn't make sense because you people see her as just an idol, but I see her as a being um
Mm.
in the core of my heart, right? Like you said, my heart is my biggest asset. So
Mm.
yeah, just like that. And
Also, you
also,
brought,
huh? Yeah, please continue.
no, go ahead. You
No,
complete, I'm saying.
so I was just talking about even the yoginis have, like the Pishachini, Vishabhodhini, then comes Narabhodhini, then comes Dakini, uh, Phatkari, and other different names. Like if you call them, they are like most inauspicious names, and then comes the auspicious names like Maheshwari, Mahalakshmi, then Yoga Siddhis, other different names. So, right. And what I feel about yoginis is yes, definitely they are as powerful as the Das Mahavidyas. How Guru Dada says
Mm.
they are as powerful as Das Mahavidyas, who are just uh, the forms of Mahadya Mahakali, Das Mahavidyas. So what I feel is yoginis are not just separate entities. I feel yoginis are a psychological state of a woman's mind. Think about it.
Okay.
If a woman is very
Mm.
jealous, if a woman is
Mm.
very jealous of other, it can feel like the Pishachini energy. It can feel
Mm.
like that energy. Not maybe not to that intense, But
Mm.
Ma Adya is intense, right? So you can categorize all those 64 yoginis as 64 states of consciousness of Ma Adya, right?
Mm.
So it can also be categorized within every female. Like when in the morning she can be Maheshwari taking charge or working in her life, like scolding her kids and everything. And
Mm.
then in the afternoon, she becomes Mahalakshmi when she goes to office and she earns like she earns money, right? And she is with like completely in her work, engrossed in her work. At night, she becomes Vishavojini, who is self-criticizing herself that have I done enough? Have I been the best person? I have kids at home. I have worked so much, but have I done my best? Have I given time to my husband?
Mm.
Is this the best I can do? So I feel that every woman goes through those phases. Those names are, if we deeply understand them, they are not just um, deities, but they are a side of our consciousness which we hold. Right. To truly realize the Adi Shakti, to truly realize Mother, we need to go through all that, and only after we gain victory over all those states, we gain Ma.
Mm.
So
We become closer to
to
Ma.
attain Ma Adya, yes, to attain Ma Adya, you would have to go through the phase of Pishachini. You would have to go through the phase of Nanabhojini. And then you can go to Mahagauri, and then you can go to Ma Adya. So, like, we would have to go through all these kinds of names before we reach uh, the Devi. So, yeah, so that is what I feel about yoginis.
Yeah, so it's basically conquering each tattva of Ma to reach her.
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
64 tattvas.
Yeah.
And all
I feel more like
64
understanding
Bhairavas.
each yogini is one.
Hmm.
Means conquering, yeah. Understanding, maybe like,
Conquering is,
see.
well, conquering,
Actually,
Yeah.
like, yeah, all
like them
like,
blessing you, I meant, not like
Yeah.
getting victory over them. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Would never try that.
Like,
Ma is
okay, like I
Karunamai,
was
but I'm
thinking
not so
of,
sure about the yogis.
yeah, like what Guruji has explained is, okay, there are many Kali Kshetras and Devi Kshetras. And
Mhm.
if you go for the material thing in that, when people project their material, "Ah, give me this ma, give me that ma," Yogini will be there. She'll take whatever she wants. She'll give the thing, the prana, whatever is taken, and she'll give all those material things. But when it comes to Ma Adya Kali here, yoginis are like they're like the messengers, right? They'll take care of your life.
Mm.
Like the deity is there, yeah. Then we are asking for Kali. If the yogini comes, whoever comes, Bhairava, all the Ashta Bhairavas of 64 Bhairavas, 64 yoginis, all of them come. We're like, Kali, we want Ma, we want her, we want her. But then they'll start testing, right? Okay,
Then
you
they
really
will
want
later
her,
go, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You want money? Oh, you want this? You want that? I'll give you this. But still, you stick on to Kali, right? But they'll take care of everything, even the
Mhm.
minutest thing in your life. They'll take care of it. Whichever problem is coming, they'll take care. But ultimately, your goal is what Kali. So the difference here in temple going state is they will grant your wishes so fast. But here, it's like they'll grant your wishes, yeah. But then your goal is to be getting Kali. That one is the difference that I've seen in this path. So like you said, you conquering yoginis and everything. I feel like what they expect us is we should just be close with Ma. Just get her. That's
Mhm.
what they expect from us, right?
Right,
At
exactly.
every point of time, we'll embody some yogini, or we are like Guruji says we are Devi, manifestation of Ma. Yeah. So all the yoginis are also in us. In every particular phase of our life, there'll be different manifestations of the yogini. When we were kids, that was a different thing. When we were teenagers, that point of time also there was this thing. All of that we've outgrown certain things. Now we are like at the age of marriage and everything. This period also will have certain then
Yeah.
until our end of the life, I think we'll experience all these 64 phases. And like you said, in a day also, or in my entire life also, I might experience each one of that. But ultimately, in each phase, for each yogini or whoever comes, right, what we'll ask Kali. That is what Guruji has taught us. So basically, it's Kali and the yoginis are all surrounding her,
Yes.
right?
Yoginis
Getting
take extreme tests before you reach Kali. She will test you because they are going to test you that are you really eligible for Kali?
Mm.
Do you really want Kali or
That
can
is
I help
actually
you
a
with
boon,
something else?
right? That is actually a
Yes,
boon. If you can't digest that
absolutely.
Shakti, right, then the mother is so kind enough to say, okay, you go there, right? You choose this form, this Mahavidya or this, you digest that, you'll come back. She'll not go anywhere, right? At the end of our life, when nobody's there, everybody has left that body, burnt body, she'll be waiting there. That assurance Guruji has given us. So she'll be waiting, she'll pick us up, she'll put in another Mahavidya or in another form, again in the same path, again in Kaliputra mission only. You may never know, right? Again with Guruji. So that's the one assurance that I have, then I'll hold on to, right? So,
Also, like Guruji tells, like every state of consciousness a woman has resides in the consciousness of Devi. So even if a woman doesn't make absolute sense to you, do not hate her because like that specific consciousness that has manifested in that woman due to circumstance or whatever, that state of consciousness resides in the consciousness of Ma Adya as well. So there is no consciousness that is to be, hated or no emotion. Like she's Sakala, every event, every emotion, every state of consciousness, everything is her. So there is no point in hating or being, like this
yeah, that
Judgmental.
is
woman is
not
placed there
neglecting.
for a reason, right? Like,
Yes,
for example, we
exactly.
can take Sri Krishna, right? Magandhari
Mm,
cursed him as per his karmas, right? And
mm.
he accepts it, right? He didn't say like, oh no, that one. But then he
He
was like,
didn't
yeah,
explain.
yeah, that's what. Like there is a reason for that woman behaving that way. She has a reason because the womb, right? Like how much pain it undergoes. Like she lost 100, like sons and everything. There is a pain of the womb, and there's the pain of the entire God knows what, right? The entire Kurukshetra. That pain, who she was projecting that itself. So there was a reason. There is a valid reason for her. So maybe we will just judge a woman saying, okay, uh, she's very bad, she's crazy, she's that. But there is a reason for that. And also we have to take note of that past karmas and everything. Okay. There's also this yoni consciousness, like how we are all connected to the universal mother's yoni. And all four of us are connected here, but even the women who might listen to this or who are not listening, but they're doing their own thing, own chores, they're also connected, right? It's not like only we are talking, it's like they are also talking because the wombs are connected, interconnected. We'll feel the pain, we'll feel the pleasure, right? We feel that intense outburst of energy some days, even if we are not feeling like, "Ah, I don't want to do anything," but there's some kind of an upsurge of energy. Like it's like Ma giving us that Shakti, which is required to for you on that particular day to do some work. So it's like I'm collecting from the Prakriti, from women like you and everybody surrounding me, not only the people in sadhana, also normal women who are just going
Mm.
on about their day. It's like she'll just channelize all of that and empower your yoni, right? And then there's that rise of Shakti, and that will give you more, what do you say? And you will not even remember, like, where did I get this much energy, right? We can explain in science, oh, this hormone happened, this adrenaline rush happened because of that. But leave science in one side. But I'm thinking everybody is connected only, not only for the negative effects, but also for the positive. Like if you sit in sadhana, channelize that energy, put your concentration into one work, how big, not explosion, I mean, what all can be achieved, right? As a collective women. But like Srotoswini said, a
Absolutely.
woman is another woman's enemy. There's the mother-in-law, the daughter-in-law thing. There's, mother-daughter also. There is certain traumas that also happens in this today's day. Grandmoms. Like the trauma of the womb, it's carried from in the bloodline also, right? So many things are there. So I don't know, this path, maybe through sadhana only we can like Guruji says, right? Like we'll have 11 MPs. That is his shapat for the next 15 years. Imagine like if all 11 are women, like what? And all of them are connected, and there's no stopping. There's no stopping, right? And they're all sadhaks. They're all Kali sadhaks. Mother is taking the energy, the collective consciousness.
They are
She's
all Kalis
empowering.
ruling only.
Like
Yeah.
imagine, right? How that would be. This is not about gender inequality, disparity, nothing.
No.
It's just about, okay, like men also, if they embody 100% femininity, fine. He will also get that same Shakti probably. I don't know. Right? I can feel
Kali
that in
Sadak's
Guruji.
rule, it is Kali ruling only, I believe. Like,
Yeah.
the moment she's Puman, she's Shakti, right? So that she's beyond
Yeah.
gender. So if a Kali
Hmm.
Sadak is on the Simhasan, like,
Yeah. To
just
that
Kali
level,
only
like
being
where
there.
even in that particular body, if you are able to experience that womb's pain, right? Like it's not physical. I'm talking about more spiritual. Like, that is something else. Yeah.
Also, you talked about women ruling, right? Uh, like women naturally have this matru bhava within them. This emotional intelligence is very deeply there, right? So whenever women rules, there is a lot of happiness unfolding within the country. Like Finland is the happiest nation because Finland is ruled by women. There is fully women rulers in Finland. There's also this aspect that I thought I should add. And also, we were talking about yoni consciousness, and Akka, you very beautifully told how positively we can channelize. But then the thing in yoni consciousness is if a woman is going through brutal incidents like, rape, or even from minute incidences like shaming, like, trying to pull her down, she's so bright or something like that. We need to pull her down. All these things the women undergoes, the same amount of trauma that the same pain that faces, one woman faces, is reflected in every single woman, through the yoni consciousness. And sometimes I also was in this phase, like I observe, even now a few times, I observe, I listen, and I directly connect to her trauma. Like, that happens. Like, but after Bhairava Sadhana, I got like, there is no personal memory of this emotion. This is not mine. I was able to distinguish. But then,
Hmm.
how significant Bhairava Sadhana is, right? Like, without Bhairava Adhara, a women will just like that able to like connect, feel the pain, connect to her trauma completely, take it very personally, and in her waking life,
Hmm.
just by absorbing all the trauma and holding it all within, she will behave in a certain way which she doesn't have to, because some other women is
Hmm.
undergoing that. So that she takes it very personally without the Bhairavadara within or external, whatever. The Vairava Adhara is very crucial here, I think, in the uni consciousness aspect. And also, we were talking about inauspiciousness, gestation, everything Shrotaji brought up. And then I was thinking about this concept, like Guruji was telling, right? Like, everybody on the internet, like, they were like, Ambubachi Mela, this tip, that tip. But then I saw Guruji's video and I felt very happy. Like, he was the only one that he told, like, a mother is bleeding. Like, how will you take care of a mother? Like she's bleeding, she has her own, like, we need not ask anything to her, we can just take care of her, like adorn her with whatever dress or she likes, what her offerings, and then like give her sweets, what she loves, cook and give her. That is how Ambubachi Mela worship should be done, right? Like,
Hmm.
she is, our mom is like in her periods,
Hmm.
so we should take care of her rather than get benefits out of that specific period, like materialistic benefits or something. Like
Oh.
Guruji's video on Ambubachi Mela, it was very beautiful. Like, I never saw somebody talk like that. So yeah, I thought of adding that in as well. Like, when
Hmm.
like Ma's going through all this, like, we just be there. We just be there for her, comfort her. That is how it is
Yeah,
for her
I've
as well.
seen that Ambuvachi Mela people. Okay, for tantrics it's a different thing, and general normal people who hop onto temples and all, they'll pray her when she's doing that, auspicious, everything is fine. But a woman in their own life, organically, his mother, her, whatever, mothers and sisters and everything, they don't worship. That's not there in any scriptures, fine. But this one, this is a popular practice. Everybody will go. They'll go and get the vastra and everything, pray
The
there and
Vasta.
do everything. But in their home, in their own heart, they don't have that space for their own mother, right? But in Kali Sadhana, it's different. Like if we are Devi, we are Shakti, okay. Every woman around us is Devi. So we don't have to go to Ambuvachi Mela, you know. So in our own asan, we'll start from ourselves, right? Respecting each and every woman. I mean, it takes time, right? All of a sudden, we can't go and say, you are my, you are Devi, you are Devi. I mean, we're just starting, right? But to an extent, we are learning. I'm learning for personally. I'm learning. I'm looking at Guruji, learning so much how he treats women, how he gives them space, like he listens, right? He's like every woman is placed organically. There is something for him to learn, and that is how he learned femininity. That is how he's embodying femininity throughout his life. He is doing that. So I'm also trying, like from here I've started to understand myself, and then my mother, she's here, I'm also understanding her, how she is and everything. And now that I'm in this Kaliputra mission, I'm trying to understand every woman, like all of you also. I'm understanding, processing every woman's emotion, right? Every Shakti's emotion. I'm trying to see whether I am stable, and also if my Bhairava sadhana is all fine and everything, will I be able to just sit there and listen to her and not absorb anything? Right, I'll give advice, I'll be the the healer thing and all. This is the concept, right? Like generally how it happens with girlfriends, right? They'll sit, they'll talk about, oh, this happened, my relationship, that happened, family, this happened, this is how it is. Like that's a safe space for women, right? If
Yeah.
there's no man, we'll be a complete different thing, and if there's a man, we're all like, okay, something else we can't talk. We'll talk about periods, we'll talk about mothers and boys and everything. But there we are absorbing. Since we're not in sadhana, we were not in sadhana, we were all absorbing, and we were just blasting. If something happens to one friend of us, we'll be like, I hate him. Right? If she
Yes, that
if
one
she
was very.
So
if she comes and say the
telling
next
you,
day, I broke up with him, we'll be like, okay, done.
Okay, done for
The
me.
next day she's gonna
block.
go and be like,
The girl
okay, I
gang
just
will
forgave
block.
him.
Everyone will block.
No, she'll forgive him, unblock him, then we'll be like, huh, what did I just do?
Okay, we,
Again, she's coming
We will be the
again.
bad guys.
we were
Yeah,
the
that's what's
fools
gonna
there.
happen, right? When you're a friend, when you have a best friend and all. And now looking back to that thing, like as a sadhak, right? I'll be like, yes, I understand your position. Okay, but I will not hate anyone. I'll not hate anyone because the next moment I don't know what you will come again with, right? So this
Bhairava
difference I've
teaches us,
noticed.
yes. And I would
Hmm.
like to add that Bhairava teaches us when to observe and when to absorb. Right? That
Uh,
is the
True.
biggest difference Bhairava teaches us. In the path of Kali, that is the most important thing over here because imagine absorbing
hmm.
all the energy around you. Person would go mad, crazy mad, because when in Kali Sadhana, they turn on a lot of things inside them which
Internalize it.
which they
Hmm.
can feel, and need to block those out to wall
Hmm.
up those what should I say, distractions or
Energy.
anything, whatever you
Hmm.
call
Yeah.
energies, other entities, other energy, whatever you call them. So
Hmm.
we need Bhairavadhara for that. Bhairava has like you have to do Bhairav sadhana to go in the
Hmm.
path of Kali properly
Mm-hmm. That's what he
because the
says, right?
madness,
It's
yeah,
more like for women, Shaktis, we can connect easily to Ma because she is
true.
us, right? She's in us. That's what he says. But Bhairava is the one will be like, okay, hmm. Like we need to understand him, right? Without understanding, only taking the name, okay, I'll do so many counts, so many malas and everything. No, but Bhairava is the one who gives Adara to Devi, like how he runs towards her. Imagine running towards destruction. And we should embody that if we don't have a physical presence of Bhairava, right? We should run
Right.
towards our own destruction. When we are getting destroyed emotionally inside, we should be, we should like not,
Running
what do
towards
you
that.
say? Yeah, we should run towards that. We should only like pacify ourselves. Like that's what he does, right? It's like two entities living inside of us and not going outside for and cribbing to people. That is also
People,
there,
yeah.
right? In this part, you shouldn't crib to others. We'll sit here, we'll submit everything to Bhairava and Ma, and somehow that'll be taken care of. So yeah, I feel that is how every day, even 1% of each day counts, right? And ultimately, you'll develop that from within, right? There's no set rule that if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. No, because Bhairava is what? Pathlessness, right? Even if you worship
Business is
the
the path.
Vahan, yeah, worship the Vahan, you can get the Adara. You
Yeah.
worship the Bhairavas surrounding you, whoever is there, the Prakriti, the trees, sky, the leaves, right? If you worship and take care of it, that will increase your sadhana, or I mean, increase your Bhairava Tattva, or just witnessing life as it goes and not hating men. Yeah, I have to say that, right? Not hating men or women,
Yeah.
right? Looking at them equally, because in Shaktas there's no man, woman, nothing. This gender is not there. So
Just energies.
even even Bhairava is not scared of Brahma. Fifth head he chops off. Elders, he's not scared of elders. You have to speak your truth. Be truthful to yourself. There's so many aspects of Bhairava that we should just sit and think which one is are we embodying. Everybody is a different human being, right? So I was thinking it's not only one thing. Sadhana is there. Yes, sadhana is some necessary thing. But along with that, inculcating that thing in our life. Like for respecting women and all is Shakti. So for Bhairava is like, yes, we'll respect men, we'll respect everybody else, we'll give Adara also. We'll give Adara to ourselves also. We'll try. We'll try. Like how he walked with the Kapal for 12 years, right? He did the penance, right? He didn't just, oh, I did this and I can't do this penance, I'll go. No, he walked the path. Then after 12 years, he attained Ma in Kashi. So I think determination, right? Determination also Bhairava. Whatever
Also,
you get taught in the psychology, whenever you go to psychiatrists or therapists, they'll say you be determined, you follow a routine, you stick to this, you journal, you write, and everything. That is all. I think it's more like following the Bhairava's path. That's what I feel. So I may be wrong. I don't know. I just don't.
As
Just
you
as
said,
Guru
like,
says,
uh,
but then
how
even
mad
for
yeah,
he is.
Bhairava,
uh-huh.
even for Bhairava, like there is this name Durasaya, in
Mm.
the Namavali. Like he was walking as a mendicant with the Kapala. Even for him, Ma herself was there as a feminine presence was there, like a fierce shadow behind him,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
looking after him throughout his
Mhm.
tapasya.
Yeah.
So yeah, even for Bhairava, Ma is like, she's empowering and looking after him throughout his
Mm.
tapasya. She's the reason, like,
Yeah.
she played and that's why the head was, taken off. She was
Mm.
the one who, the cause of the
Mm.
event, the one who's taking care, and the end result, of course, like, she
Mm.
is everything. So even for us, despite all these intricacies the women has, like to embody within, and then to also, to have that containment, because
Mm.
Shakti is like only if we are like worshipping, we connect to Ma through the yoni that we hold, which is the yantra,
Mm.
right? We can connect
Mm. Yeah.
instantly. And then as Shakti rises within us, we will be all over the place. We will be destroying, we will be doing all this. So Bhairava is the like he gives that contentment, I believe. Like he is the container of the Shakti. Like he helps us to hold and gives us
Mm.
the to contain the Shakti within.
Mm.
And yeah, so within every single individual, the Shiva Shakti should be in union
Mm.
within the individual in order to
Yeah.
operate perfectly in rhythm, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, both
So
Bhairava and
Bhairava sadhana
Mahakali.
is mainly what do you say that body is your yantra, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Body. This is the kshetra,
yeah,
this body. So, oh, like I said, mantra japa, nam japa is there. Body, taking care of your body. Like that is also there. If you have proper, healthy, right, nutrition, diet, food, and everything, that means Bhairava is there. Why he's there? to bring Kali, hold her in, you know, that is also there. I
That's
was
why
thinking,
Guruji tells, like, like Bhairava
yeah.
sadhana and Kali sadhana should go hand in hand, he tells.
Hmm. True,
One
true.
circle for her, one circle for him. Like, it should always
Hmm.
be in harmony and
Hmm.
balance.
And Sri Krishna also there. Bhairava, Kali, Sri Krishna, and in the middle
Absolutely.
Saturn, like we've told now that inverse triangle
The
function.
Yeah.
eye in the
Uh,
middle.
I
that
want to
is there.
add something over here, very important.
Yes,
That
Shweta,
when we are in
please.
the path of
Oh, sorry, Sut.
here, no problem. Here, when we are in the path of Kali and when we are worshipping both Bhairava and Ma Kali, what happens is we become very raw. We
Hmm.
become extremely raw, and uh, it is difficult for us to hold that within ourselves. There comes Krishna,
Hmm.
right, to save us, to save the day. So,
Yogastha
uh,
Buddhi.
Yogastha Buddhi, if there was not if Krishna was not there, how important is to understand about Krishna? How important is to bring that energy within us so
Hmm.
that we can live through this life of grihastha, of the family, of the daily everything activities, and then go to the smashan in the end and when we leave everything. That is for the end. But right now, to live in this society, um, to be present in
Hmm.
our bodies, to not go haywire and like if you
Yeah.
are feeling some kind of injustice,
Hmm.
at least at me, I have always been a very rebellious kid, an
Hmm.
extremely rebellious kid since childhood. I would have gotten TC vagera very easily. Okay, if some of
Yeah.
my teachers did not save me, I would have killed someone, but I should not say this online. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yes, I had very bad anger issues, very bad anger issues. So
Hmm.
that time, someone told me that Hare Krishna bolo, Hare Krishna bolo. जब भी गुस्सा आए, Hare Krishna bolo. Whenever you feel
Hmm.
anger, say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So it could be like that was the first time I was initiated into a mantra or something that I could have been carrying from past life, something like that. So
Yeah.
when Guru Dada told us that the yogastha buddhi should be present, the
Yeah.
yogastha buddhi should be
True.
present for you to be in the path of Kali properly
Hmm.
in modern day, in the Kali Yuga. So
Hmm.
I felt that very deeply because yes, otherwise I would not be sitting over here doing the
True.
podcast with you
You'll be
guys.
in jail. That's
Yes.
what Guruji says, right?
Yes.
They'll be
Yes.
in jail.
Um, yes, which is kind of not acceptable right now. So what I'm trying to say is
Hmm.
it is very important for us to understand Krishna as well. And when you said about when Meghna said about Krishna,
Hmm.
the attachment to Krishna, I think it
Yeah.
happens for all the Kali sadhak. At least not maybe
Yeah.
all Krishna sadhaks may not be Kali
Well,
bhaktas,
Uh,
yeah.
but all
yeah, yeah,
Kali
yeah.
bhaktas understand Krishna.
They had
That
a
Yeah,
is
yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yeah.
that is a
True, true.
thing I have seen very well. Like all Kali bhaktas know Krishna, but not all Krishna
Hmm.
bhaktas can take
Can
up
come
Kali.
Look.
to Kali.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Kala Chakra changes. She has Kala under her feet. How it will change and
Yes.
all in the next
Mhm.
1,000 years, who knows, right? So since she's raising here, only
Mhm.
Krishna is Kali. Now
She's
the next thing,
rising.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
He is
Shiva is
Kala
Kali is
as
the
well.
next. Uh, everything, I feel all the paths, they converge to this. She's
Yes.
the Yoni, right? She'll take
The point.
everything inside. She is birthed everything.
Birthing
She will take
everything
everything
and
inside.
Back.
taking
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. He got it.
She will take the bhoga, she will give the bhoga, she will take the bhoga.
Yeah.
And she's
Wow.
the one sitting and enjoying the bhoga as well, right?
She is the
Yes,
true
she's the
She,
one
mother,
sitting and
actually.
enjoying the podcast as well. She's giving us the
Yeah.
Yes.
jnana, but she's also
I was
enjoying
able
the
to say that
podcast over
same
here.
thing.
Yeah. We
She's
all are on
nodding and
sync now.
smiling like this. Oh, my little daughters are talking about me
And
like that.
how much delay this whole Shakti podcast thing, right? To bring all
Yeah.
these women in and sit. And today also half an hour delay was there. Our
Yeah.
timings, our
Saturday,
schedule, our
bro.
emotions, right? Okay. I will go with this woman. I'll go with that woman. I'll pick this time. So much here and there chaos, right? But then now we are sitting, we had invoked Ashtakam, and now we're sitting. It's like, okay, everything is following smoothly.
Yes, actually, like invocation of the Ashtakam brought about something to calm
Yeah,
us. I was also
yeah.
feeling very anxious because I told you I
We
was
had
doing a
no
video
clue
and
what we'll talk.
uh-huh,
Basically, we didn't
right.
have any
Exactly.
clue what we'll talk today in
Yeah.
the podcast, right?
It
How is
it
this
just
gonna go?
yeah, it has flown away like mind blowing.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Hmm. Meghna, you have anything to say? Your
Yeah, and this was just another part of her Leela,
mm,
just as Krishna Leela, the Kali Leela. How we are all
Devi.
together and talking about her and how she's happily listening to us. And he's like,
Mm.
okay, you spoke that, okay, you spoke this, let me do this for
Ma
you.
Krishna used to listen to all the gopis, right? Like
Uh-huh,
Exactly,
whenever
just
they
as
right,
come.
how he would
exactly.
sit on the tree. Yeah.
Mm.
That everything like midnight, all your midnight conversations and girlfriends
He listens to
you
all
used
the
to go.
gossips.
Yeah, gossips. That's
Hmm?
what how friends group works, right? The girl gang and everything.
Uh-huh,
Ma Krishna, Ma
right.
Kali is that for us now.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And also,
Yes.
I would like to add this, like, since you brought Krishna, like, the beauty of Ras Leela is every single gopi has one
Mm.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Krishna is different to every single gopi. Like, it depends
Yeah.
upon the empty Garbhagriha she holds with. Like, that was so beautiful. And
Yeah,
then
no, we
also,
didn't
like,
realize that concept of empty Garbhagriha when we came across Guruji's thing. Oh, yes. Like we have even
hmm,
played that in our own lives as well. But Sri
Yeah.
Krishna had
That
already given that time capsule. Now it's opening up for
hmm,
everybody.
until
yes,
Guruji mentioned, we didn't even know what an empty Garbhagriha. Like, okay, there could be a
Hut
sentence of
moment.
these two
Mm.
words and it can make sense. We didn't even
Yeah,
knew that.
so true. Empty Garbhagriha.
also,
Wow.
like before starting the pot, like arriving to a conclusion, we were, like myself and Sayana, we were like chatting
Mm.
in the group, and with Bhargavi, of course, in the main group, like, and then we were thinking, like, should we make it a separate podcast, Shakti podcast, and all this we were talking. And then, like, instantly, Ma's Nimitta Kali, like, she plays the Nimitta. Like, in the, Sadhana group, they'll be posting names, like, in the YouTube, right? So, some names got missed. And that specific day, the name was also not that. But then, in the YouTube, they posted Kumari Sevaka Sangha, which means
Mm.
serving the
Right.
femininity, and it was like
Mm.
a direct answer. Like we were talking, like when we talk about femininity, like Shakta speaking, we are trying to understand femininity. For all those, they can also understand femininity. We are making this, and then it's simply aligned.
Mm.
So,
Kumari
mhm.
Puja, right? Observe that,
Mm.
like how after Navratri and all I've observed, they'll bring the Kumaris, feed them, boga and everything, no? That ends that particular
Yeah.
this thing. Such a rich culture and tradition, right? And where did we come from praying to young girls to, you understand, right?
Absolutely.
I wonder. That is there. Who
Kali
knows?
Yuga
We were
is.
also there, right? As small young girls. Someone would have prayed to us also. The Ma in us. Yeah, I wonder. It was all lost. Lost in translation of Kali Yuga.
My
Only
God,
old
such a
people
lyric.
and young people have the divine in them, they say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Right?
Exactly. Like children are believed to be
We are
very
just
Innocence.
trash.
innocent. Yeah, innocent.
Innocence. You
We
should
don't have
go.
Devi in us. We are just
But then
trash.
gratefully, there are certain, like sects of population or whatever, like certain religion, cultures who are still following on that, right? So it is
Yeah.
good
A
somewhere
lot
we are,
actually. Yeah.
I
somewhere we are
recently
like
saw that
able to
video
observe.
na in Param Guru's video also in Shanti Kunj only. They made one Devi, a small girl child, sit there and
Mm.
they were praying to her. I was like, ma, okay, ma, like that's happening there. That's there in our parampara also. Like I was just
Mm.
witnessing it. Just like
Yeah, it
Param
has
Guru
been
was
done
like,
here, yes.
yeah, that's
In
what,
Navaratri
right?
as well. In Navaratri
Mm.
as well. Like in the Durga Puja time, Navaratri,
Yeah.
my mother does the Kumari Puja as well. So it is done in the family. We have to do that. It is
Mm-hmm.
very important. It is very important. But in normal days, like how I was treated as a child,
You went,
I
na? You were also called as a small girl
yes,
to
but
others'
then
home, na?
only that day I was like worshipped and everything. After that,
Ah,
so I was thrown away. Yeah, so yeah, I believe that if you can treat a girl like that for one day, and then the next couple years you make her life completely traumatizing. So, like,
true,
yeah,
true.
uh-huh. We
Hypocrisy
need
at
to
best.
They were scared
hypocrisy.
of your Kali Tattva, maybe.
No, but here they've not thrown you away. All of that brought you here, right?
Yeah,
Ma will take care now.
that
Yeah,
is
so
true.
That's what it is.
That is
every
true.
experience, every minute of our life is how burnt we are, as Guruji
Correct.
says. How roasted are you? How burnt is
Yeah,
how
she
Roasted.
ensured that we have to find her. So she ensured that we
yeah.
are birthed in Paka procedural collapse.
Mm.
You
You
have to
know,
be the
and
Bali, na? You have to be the.
and the
Bali.
design is such that nobody can see your pain. Like you will be in suffering, intense suffering. Nobody can say, "Hey, what happened? Why are you like this?" Nobody can see it. They'll be so
Mm.
like they cannot see it. That is the design. We cannot blame them as well. Hey, I'm going through this. Why are you asking? We cannot even say that because how
True.
beautifully she has designed it, right?
It is
So yeah.
Saturn with Moon sitting together. The like whole life is a sade sati. Whole life feels like a sade sati. The astrology.
You should
Kali,
see
yeah,
But
one
her
thing
Kali
is
lap
that
is
Father.
because
also
Kali is the
given, right?
ruler of, I
So
mean, Saturn,
Mhm.
na?
Yes. And then the mental state that comes the moon. So the
Mm.
whole
Okay,
life
yeah.
becomes sarasati. No one can understand what you are going through, but you are going through something, and only
Yeah.
Ma can understand that, which is
But
why you have the empty Garbhagriha.
yeah, but how I can see it now after coming to this path is Sadesati Saturn, Kali Mahavidya. Okay. Then Moon, you say. Moon, the darkest part and the brightest part, it's Krishna and Kali. So that Sadesati has
Absolutely.
become entirely Kali. What it is, what
Everything
are you
becomes
undergoing?
one. Yeah.
I've become this phase
Right.
of, not phase also, it's just life. Like Meghna
Understanding.
said, right? My purpose of life is Kali, this
Yeah.
only. That's what. Entire life.
Observer. We have become a mere observer to the
Mm.
play that is
she
happening around us.
dances.
That
Yeah, she dances. We
Uh-huh.
witness. She dances. We
we
Mm.
witness.
witness.
He makes us dance a
Exactly.
That's it.
lot, actually.
Sri Krishna plays the flute.
Yeah.
Kali
That
dance.
time she witnesses when we dance, she witnesses,
Yeah.
and when she dance, we witness. Yeah.
Everybody is
Yeah,
dancing to Krishna's flute.
too true.
Yes.
Hmm, that is an interesting.
Sham to Shama. The
Uh-huh.
Ram
transition.
to
Right.
Shama. Param Guru
Hmm.
Shama Kripa. Where?
Our, do you
Suddenly.
know our Guru's real name?
Haha. What is it?
Uh, do you know the name? It's Shamol Bhattacharya.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. So that is why he is called Shama Kappa, you know? Shama, and then he was Shama Kappa.
It's
Yes.
Bengali name, right?
Hmm.
I was just
I'm
in
translating a book he
another.
gave me. So
Ah, yeah,
I
that
found it
one.
over
What
there.
happened
Yeah,
in the
I
Bengali,
translated
this
that book.
thing? You have?
Arey, I do have that. I do have that over
You
here
read
only
it?
somewhere. Yes, I
Show
have
that.
read it. There's a lot of things, and I am writing about that for the Kali and Kappa thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Hmm.
Maybe we can even talk about that thing, na? So you translate and we'll
Yes,
understand like a book club thing,
Yeah,
na?
yeah.
we'll do
That
that.
Yeah,
could
no?
be another
We'll do
different
that.
set.
Yeah. Right?
We'll do that. That will
Nice.
be great. I am
Mm.
thinking about asking Guru Dada about how he met his like his Guruji.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
we have never covered that part, and I think we should be asking that in a podcast so that
Yeah.
we are sitting in front of our Guruji and he is talking about his Guruji. So like, it's a combo. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. Vibe hai.
Now that you've told, here, something is waiting, cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Hmm.
Imagine sitting with both of them together, like with our Guruji and Param Guruji.
Oh my God. I don't think we
Where would
can.
that be? Where would that
Like,
be?
We
I
can't
will
even
go
figure out
somewhere
the
above.
word.
Realm.
So that I
Just
can't
now we
even.
saw that. Okay,
Yes.
just now we were discussing about interstellar and everything in the group, right?
Some other realm. We will all detach
5G,
and
6G,
fly
I don't
and
know
float
whichever.
somewhere.
That's their realm, yeah. The conversation, if you can go reach there, we'll all have that. We actually we do that, right? That's what Guruji says. You keep your
We
gurus, you
do
keep your deities
that. We are
in that
asking.
space. You yeah, in that asan, in that space, when while you're making decisions, invoke them, sit with them, round table conference you have with them, right? Mentally,
We
spiritually, you
invoked
have
them
that.
right now, so they are here as well with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that, but we just think, okay, how would that be? That realm, that state of consciousness, how they're connected, how they witness Ma,
Exactly.
right? That is a very thing. I'm just
So
curious.
many stories about Param Guruji I have heard. Like he has
Mm.
mentioned how what like he was guarded. He was completely guarded in Smashan when he was coming home from the
Mm.
Smashan. How guarded
Yeah,
he was. There were entities who were
two,
guarding her,
two
guarding him.
distinct.
Right? Yes,
Yeah,
two entities who guard him while coming to the home every day. And they are all ganas of Bhairava,
yeah,
all
true, true,
ganas,
true.
and they are guiding him to home. And no one is able to see that. No one is able to see that.
Okay,
And one
I'm
day,
just
suddenly,
thinking. I was
right?
just thinking, since our parampara, like Mahakala Bhairava, Smashana Bhairava, like when we were talking about Bhairava Tattva, how like building it, our Guru Parampara itself is giving us that Adara. Our Guruji as
Yes,
well, right? The prana is flowing
absolutely.
from there. So
Yes.
come to realize, yes, that is also there. Every time invoking our Guru and Parampara, that will be a plus for us only, right? Sadhana, yes, our Guru, hold on to them as well. So it's so
They are
deep,
giving the
right?
Adhara for this.
True.
And the
Otherwise,
whole
how we'll
mission.
sit here, right? How we'll sit and talk about them also? I don't think it's possible.
Yes.
We
Very
just
Exactly.
true.
don't
If
Like,
kind
there is
of,
no permission,
yeah.
we are not possible. It is not possible for us to talk about this.
True. That's what. He might be witnessing this. Everybody might be witnessing, oh, they're talking about us. We'll empower and give them Adara some more, na? So that this podcast will
Mhm.
flow smoothly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Touch me, how many lives would we have went through to come here and talk?
Same thing I felt in Ghatul Sthapana. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot explain this. When I saw
Mm.
Mahakal's eyes reveal in front of like when Ma's eyes were
Ours
opened
eyes
in
were
front of
opened. Yeah.
Mahakal.
Okay.
Oh my God, that is a 1,000-year-old
2,000-year-old
Murti.
Yeah.
That is a
Murti.
1,000-year-old
Chakra
Murti, and yes, that is from the Pala dynasty,
Father Dynasty.
which was like way back in 1100s or something like that. It was way
True.
before that. Murti was way
Mm.
before that, and um, I was I was just imagining that I just want to be there. I want to be standing there, and I just want to see that thing. I want to
Mm.
physically witness with my eyes so that I like it is engraved in me. And
Mm.
so I was allowed to go inside where Baba's statue was, like what Baba's murti was, and from there I could witness Ma like Baba is witnessing Ma. It was like the most insane moment of my life. I felt like I was here probably 1,000 years ago and wanting the same thing to happen, but that did not happen that time, and it happened this time. And like Mahakala Bhairava was waiting for 1,000 years for Ma to come there and her eyes to be revealed in front of him. So like it is like a goosebump moment. You cannot imagine that till you see it. He has four heads, right? So
Mm.
it felt like all the four heads were looking at her. All the four heads were looking at her. Even the one of the faces were
I
broken.
got.
Um,
Mm.
that angle I was standing on, it is still giving me goosebumps. So it's amazing. Like I was here. I for a moment it felt like I was here. I was here 100 years ago. I was here 200 years ago. I was here 1,000 years ago, and I felt the same thing. That I felt the yearning to see that moment happen, but that did not happen back then. And all those wishes came true, and I felt like this is the biggest moment in my life. If you do not give me anything else, I'll be fine. This I have witnessed, I am done. I'm fine. So that was a fucked moment, or such a revealing moment. I don't know what to say, but very important phase.
Wow. Such a beautiful
Beautiful.
experience. Yeah. Like we were
So
just feeling
beautiful.
it.
Really
That
beautiful.
Yeah.
yoni consciousness is like making us feel that. However
I
you're
could imagine
Yes.
myself in
feeling,
Yes,
that
I
right?
am.
moment
I
now.
am
I was
reliving
just
your moment.
feeling that. Like, wow, I can just
You
in
have
front of
that
my
video,
eyes.
na? The
I can see
opening of
that.
eyes. I was crying.
Mm.
I could not hold it in. Everyone was looking at me. Like the gram people, they were all looking at me. They were saw the picture on Facebook the first time it came up.
Mm.
It was an internal urge. Like Guruji has told us that we do not need to visit kshetras. We have our own
Mm.
asan. Our
Yeah.
asan is the biggest strength that we have, and we need to worship that. I was all
Mm.
for it.
Mm.
But when I saw that Murti, something inside me said, no, I have to visit that. I have to
True.
go there and I have to like be in front of it, stand in
Mm.
front of it, feel it. So from the first day, very first day, I sent that to Guru Dada, and our group, we were discussing this whole thing. Bengal group, we were discussing like, see,
Mm.
this Murti has risen up. And then there were other people who worship Bhairava, and there was some kind of rumor that they were going to take the idol to archaeological museum or archaeological survey
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
Mhm.
yes, the Gram Vasi, what we did was overnight we contacted the Pradhan of the Gram, the Pradhan
Mm.
of the
Mhm.
village, and this all contact came from here and there, and like completely chaotic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was like we had no idea this is going to work or not. We were searching contacts on the internet for
Mm.
to locate that gram, locate that village,
Mm.
and then
Mm.
we struck up on someone, and they said that this is not the exact place and we need to go through some other route, and then say they said that this is not our land, this is someone else's land, and this was a whole mess. So we believed that it would not even work. So half of the team came back, as you know,
Yeah.
that day. Half of the
True.
team came back, and we only four were there. Me,
Yeah.
my others came. Yes, four women were there,
Femininity
and
rising. Kali Yuga.
yes, and
So for me, Stapana related story when you mentioned, right? That is a whole different thing. Basically, everybody was searching, right? At that point, a face to, where we'll place her, a spot, a kappa, and everything, searching and everything. For me personally, I had that intense urge, like, I have to bring her here somehow. I have to do that because that thing it just popped in my mind, and I don't know why I did that. Like, I just went to at least about 20, 25 places here in my nearby place, just like a mad woman, just going, showing them this is the sapanas, we've done this, and will you agree and everything. It was literally, I was begging them. Okay, that was the phase I was in. That much yearning. Okay, I have to like that. And then I was like, you have to come somehow, something, whatever happens. So many things happened, and then she'll come just in one day. The place and everything got fixed. Like somehow I don't know. She manifested something, and she stood there. She came, the jackals and all. Everybody has seen that video, right? In Tumkur and all. And that day, I decided she chose that place for herself. And whatever I did, that begging or whatever, right? I will never beg anybody. Like, why should I beg someone to place Kali? Like, she's not that.
absolutely.
I got that realization, and whatever I went through in this, showing people, explaining to them we are this, we are doing that, everybody used to look at me like, what, why, and judge me and everything, right? That phase, I don't know, I think I needed that. It's like my penance or something, walking, showing them in
Absolutely.
the phone, right? That intense urge I
Walking
had
like
to have.
Bhairava.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking later on.
Holding it.
Okay, like that happened for a reason because I thought it didn't happen near my place, right? It was all like I thought okay, all went to waste. But one day you just magically you'll decide one place, you just go and sit there. But then it was
Mm.
all her play all along, right? She was just like, yeah, you have to come out of that mindset of, okay, you'll put yourself so down, right? How Guruji says, don't touch anybody's feet, touch your own feet.
Touch your
When
own
that
feet.
is what he's telling us, why should I go and beg someone else to place my mother? She's already here with me, true, right? And then I realized that, and the very next moment after Stapana, I got so attached to that. Like when you see, you get, oh my God, she's it, this is it. And
Yeah.
then when I come back home, I realized, oh, okay, this is my ass, and she's waiting for me here. Why am I thinking about her there?
Absolutely.
What am I
Mhm.
thinking about there? 2 3 days I was in that zone. Oh my God, the idol, the whatever the experiences and everything. Like Srotoswini, you told, na, like that
Same,
moment
same,
is,
same. I had that.
it should freeze there, but we can't run there. That's not our asan. Our asan is here,
We have
right?
to detach like that. We have to detach.
True.
As
That's
Kali
what Guruji
Sadhak,
says,
we,
right? Like he
yes,
doesn't go to any sthapanas or like look at an idol because that'll empower it. The same goes to us shishyas. We'll be like, we are beginners. We don't know how to control our shakti and everything, right? If we see an idol and murti, we will just project everything onto her. I mean, like that. And like an instant, we'll just like dangerous, yeah, these idols. But it took me a while, like 2 3 days and everything. I just realized, like, okay, she's here. I should do my thing here, not run back there. That's what I realized due because of the
right.
Stapana thing. Yeah.
I think it's time to conclude.
Yes.
Hmm.
I guess
Sai
it will be
Madhavji,
worth for two podcasts. We have to cut this one
2.52
in half.
minutes. Yeah. I mean, 1.52. Wow. Hello.
So
Somebody got edit very less or very more. We don't know.
no, like
So
I don't
much.
know, like if you guys still want to talk because I have some things to ask, but like,
Yeah.
oh, you're
You
good?
stopped the recording, right?
No, 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 it's still going
No, no,
on.
no. It's being recorded only.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Okay, it was great talking to you all, and it felt like Adya was speaking to every one of you, and I could see her dancing, the excitement, the pain that you all went through. It was good, and it's gonna air soon, probably a week from now when people are watching this. You know, I've realized this thing that there are a lot of Devis and Shaktis out there who puts everything to themselves, and if they, I mean, when they hear you all, right, they know that
Hmm.
they're not alone, and
Yeah.
how much empowering that gets for them, right?
True.
That was the whole reason we started this series. That the sense of belonging, and things
To
wouldn't
be a
go right.
vessel.
Yeah,
Hmm.
correct. But yeah, I've got some interesting topics that we could discuss, and I want to know your opinions on that.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll just start. It's going to become random questions. So I've noticed this one thing around women, around me, who are organically around me, like all the Devis,
Hmm.
they're always guarded up. But when they're with men who offer
Hmm.
adara, be it like needn't be like someone blood related, like friends,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, they could differentiate between the Brahma and Bhairava involuntarily. So when they feel that Bhairava adara coming from them, they put their guard down and they become more feminine. And I want to know about this from you. What?
Okay, so I was thinking, like personally, if you see Bhairavas in my life at present is my brother and my father, right? So how it happens is like obviously if they're in sadhana or not, we'll know as a Kali sadhaks, the physical presences are Bhairava, right? How they'll care for us at our worst times and all, they'll come. They will embody that Bhairava Adara because we are doing sadhana and that will obviously affect them. We are here in this path and like for this father and mother and for this brother she's the sister, for this father and mother she's the kid, it's already decided. So this is the particular Bhairava Tattva, how much ever she needs in this particular stage of her life. Also when you marry, then this particular husband, like that, it's already predestined or something. That's what I think. And how it flows is that at that particular time he will embody that. Right. At that particular moment, when you're in Kali Sadhana, Bhairava will come to you either from within or from someone surrounding you in your natural organic settings, whether it's a friend or whatever you told, right? And I've observed this when that kind of a vulnerable situation happens in our life, we look for women's help. Okay, generally we go to, okay, I want a women's help. But the difference that I've seen in how a father or a friend or a brother reacts is, they will be like, don't overthink, don't, you know, if you're emotional, just they'll witness you're crying. They will not say, okay, stop your
They don't
tears
give
or please.
solutions.
Yeah, solution, no. Either they'll be like,
Logic.
yeah, like that. I've seen this actually. Like, I've sat in front of my dad and cried. I've sat in front of my brother and cried. They'll be just witnessing it. And if they want to give advice, they'll give advice like, don't overthink. Just don't overthink. They let every emotion of me come out. And the very next moment when I'm fine, they'll be also normal. They'll also not come and say, you did this, you did that. Because that phase, somehow they know that she is gonna be behave like this. And I should be the one to just witness. Maybe it's there in everybody's life, I don't know. But for me personally, I've seen that. So even if they don't do sadhana or whatever, I've seen people come and advise people, as in my dad or brother and all, right? Also, here in Kaliputra Mission, we have so many young brothers. They'll
Yeah.
also come and give that listening. Okay, I'm there for you, Akka. I listen, I'll hear that and everything. At that point of time, they are the Bhairava Tattva. Like, they listen, they'll not judge, right? Like Shweta was telling me, we only listen, but we don't judge. That reels, Instagram reels, that space, right? Not one person, so many people will manifest. That's how I think. So that time we'll just be vulnerable, we'll be a kid, we'll be innocent, because that time our logic is switched off. Only our emotions. Emotion is Kali, intuition is Kali. Right? What is lacking at that point of time is a little bit of logic. As in, okay, nothing's gonna happen. She is undergoing
Yeah.
that. That logic is given from outside. Or if we are that level of sadhaks, it'll be there within us only, right? Okay, this is a phase. I'll undergo this pain. That's what Guruji teaches us, right? You sit in the pocket, undergo that pain, and you rise from that funeral pyre. So, Bhairava Tattva within or outside, vulnerable state is always there for us. There's no escaping that, right? So, I hope that answers your question.
And next question, whoever wants to answer. I've noticed this with, unfortunately, some Devis who wouldn't get that. I mean, their fathers do love them, but when they're not able to give that proper adhara for the child, she involuntarily, she doesn't know why she's doing it. She expects that Bhairava adhara externally, and then the repercussions and consequences follow. She knows that she
Yeah.
has to be strong, but
Mm.
somehow she doesn't know how to do it. Like, what do you all want to talk about it? And how did it change? Like, have you seen people around you, and how did it change after started sadhana? One of you, Nityama or Meghna.
Yeah, so this absent father is a real thing, I think, like even today there was an article, right? Like completely not having the father figure in the life, or emotionally absent father, whatever. So the Bhairava Adhara for that specific girl is not there, right? Girl or whatever is not there. So it also manifests as Ishta, I think, like being attracted to feminine, sorry, masculine deities.
Masculine. Yeah.
So when I was young, I don't know why I love Murugan so much. Like I look at him and I feel he is so masculine, like masculinity at its peak. Now I'm labeling that emotion was masculinity that I felt while seeing him. But then even when all these concepts were never in my head, I was attracted to Muruga only. Like Muruga, like I love him so much. And then even growing up, like liking Lord Vishnu, Krishna, like only there was no feminine deities attraction
Mm.
itself. Okay, so of course the absence of the father in specific women's life will manifest like um, the kind of relationship that she attracts, yeah,
Yeah.
all that will be there. And not able to distinguish between whether this is genuine or toxic attachment, like this all these toxic relationships will be there. And they have to learn and get through all that phase. Of course it has its own repercussions, I believe. So yeah, it is there. But then with Bhairava sadhana, once we come to Bhairava, the discernment is activated within the women, I believe. Like we should be grateful to our Guruji, to
So
Ma,
yeah,
Truly.
Bhairava,
for that
that we
I
are able
came
to,
to a thing. Like when
yeah,
Guruji
we are,
went to Param Guruji, he said he's a dead body. He doesn't have any gotra and parents and anything. So that is like an initiation in itself, right? Absence and empty garbhagriha and everything. So
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking from this.
Now we have the clear idea, right? Like this is Brahma, this is
Mm,
Bhairava. Like, Bhairava
yeah,
will run towards Devi. Like Devi starts the Tandava and Bhairava runs towards her. Devi, I'm here. You can calm down. You can
mm,
absolutely stand on me. That is Bhairava. Like this
correct.
ability to see
Brahma
this thing.
says that, you are emotionally unstable. You're too much to take. These kind of words come
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
forehead.
Like intensity, nobody cannot hold,
Mm.
right? Like even those, I don't want to say so, but yeah, still some sadhaks also like intense.
Yeah,
Where oh my God, she's so intense. She has so much depth
yeah.
that rattles them. But Bhairava
Mm,
is not rattled. Bhairava is not at all rattled with intensity or depth. He becomes zero so that she can be the
mm,
100, right?
Mm.
And Madhya is the
mm,
highest state of Shiva. So, and that is why,
mm.
like Akka told, like for most of us, like everybody are afraid of Ma Kali and all, they will tell, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
then for those who are forced to become adults very earlier, Ma becomes
Mm,
that safest space. We can be vulnerable with her. You need
mm.
not be strong anymore. Come on, cry to me. She will be telling, and we'll be like literally crying, weeping in front of her. So she's that safe space, I believe, for most of us. So Ma, Guruji also is like giving us adhara only, right? Like, somewhere I see him as the masculine, like a father figure. I see him.
Father
Yeah,
figure. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
about
he
to
is
say.
our father. He is. Like,
he is.
he is.
Uh,
Guru is our
Yeah.
spiritual
And
father,
without
the
him,
father of the soul.
there is no finding Ma Adya, no parampara. We will all be spiritual orphans, directionless, no navigation, nothing.
I see
Like
it like
since
this:
the
Guruji is the
no,
father, Param Guruji is the grandfather, and Paramesh Guru is the
great,
yes,
grandfather.
great
That is the
grandfather.
bloodline. If someone
Brahma
comes, I'm
Brahma
in
is no
orphan,
longer the grandfather for
bloodline,
us. Yes.
bloodline is already here in the parampara, right? Why do you have to think about, oh, I'm like this, I don't have that? Is a
Mm.
Yeah.
ineligibles.
Spiritual
Eligible, everybody is
orphans. Yeah.
accepted. Mm.
Spiritual
And
orphans who found
yeah,
the bloodline. Yeah.
it's almost like getting to know your own family. And
Yeah.
also, I want to ask another thing. Now you said, okay, so why does society fear a conscious woman, especially in Kali Yuga? Like, why
Mm.
do they tend to restrict her when she is consciously awakened? Like, she knows what she is doing. A lot of
Mm.
these Brahmas, they try to pull her down, telling, you're not supposed to, you shouldn't.
Mm.
All this patriarchal thing, like they try to
Mm.
push her down. Why is
Mhm.
it society afraid of this strong conscious woman?
So I
I think
think
it's
like
not only in Kali Yuga, but then
It's
in
in
every
every
yoga.
yoga.
Every
Yeah.
But
yoga.
this yoga, what I am feeling is like Guruji says, the Purusha Tattva and everything is going down. The femininity will
Mm.
rise.
mm,
So when Purusha is like this and he is not able to digest the fact that femininity will rise, she, like a woman, she's giving birth, she's taking care, cooking for the kid, she's feeding the kid, she's taking care of her husband, and also working. And all sorts of things will be running in her mind. At one point of time, even if I'm sitting here, my thing is thinking tomorrow what I'll be doing. At this
Yeah.
particular time, after I finish this, what I'll be doing. Like brain is always on this thing. So I feel women are better multitaskers. They can do so
Definitely.
much. And if you put this thing, the collective unity consciousness that I told, empowering everything and doing multitasking, doing everything, how powerful we can be. And when the man who's not realized, who's still in that non Bhairava phase, if he sees that, he'll be overwhelmed and he'll become insecure. Like, okay, she's trying to replace me. What is my purpose here? And that's like survival of the
Mm.
fittest,
Yeah.
right? Men have that instinct, like, okay, she's a threat. She's gonna do so, then push. She's a
As
threat.
Guruji says, yeah, the
yeah,
fake
for
heart
them,
will
like,
be.
Yeah, they can
yeah,
even
go ahead.
stamp on her, right? But then here, how? like just recently I saw the foot, like he will give his chest and she'll stamp on him.
Mm.
Like a
That
lot
was
of men actually see women as their ground, so that they can go to higher places and they can do a lot of things. Like she must be the Aadhar at home, so that I can go and
Yeah.
conquer the world. Yeah, this is
alpha
still
man.
this is still the mindset of a lot of women around us. Actually, we can even see that in very near dear friends and everyone. But that is not how Shiva and Shakti works. If
True.
you only when Shiva becomes zero, that is when the femininity, the Ma becomes 100, and that is how Shiva and Shakti alliance happens. So not every man can realize this. Not, I don't think like even a lot of sadhakas can truly understand the tattva, the Shiva tattva, the Bhairava tattva. It's really hard. Like you have to feel it in yourself. You have to like analyze yourself. Okay, because I feel like every man has this a little bit of that alphaness in them. Okay, I'm a man.
Yeah, everyone
And
goes through that
Society is
phase.
yeah,
conditioned. That is there.
Dard
yeah.
ko
Societal conditioning for
wait,
men.
dard ko mard
Hmm.
के. My Hindi is very bad. Something that phase
दर्द
will be
को
there for
मर्द को दर्द नहीं
दर्द
होता,
नहीं
something.
होता. Yeah.
uh, so that phase will be there for most of men when then they will come walking. She'll hit you left and right, beat you blue and black, be like, now learn.
The
Yeah.
simple thing is every day, every man goes back home to his wife
Mhm.
or his
Yeah,
mother or
Mother,
his sister.
sister.
That is where he should understand ki without Devi in my life, I am zero. This is nothing. I am
The
nothing.
society is working and functioning because of the existence of women,
sure.
right? The
Exactly.
entire society is working because, like like the feminine energy is so powerful that her her energy, her fierceness, her capability is rattling them in. They have to create structures, patriarchy, and all that
Correct.
in order to put her down.
Remember
True.
the line,
So
what a
how
man.
raw, how
Hmm.
fierce,
No, tell,
how
Mm.
tell.
raw, fierce the feminine, yeah, how raw and fierce the feminine energy is. Like the absolute feminine energy is moving. Like she's volcanic eruption only. But
Yes.
then these
And
people have
even
to build
after,
systems.
yeah, even after so many rules, so many patriarchal societies, so many like things to just control a woman, they can't. We just slip
Who
off through
Yeah.
their fingers
who
like this.
can
That is,
control Shakti? Who
yes,
can put her in a
exactly.
grid?
Yes.
She'll break
Yes.
the grid.
She'll
Yes.
break the grid, she'll break the person, she'll break everything.
I don't know, I really like the line. I don't know when Guruji, I read it from a Facebook post or something. What
Mm.
a man can achieve in 12 months, a woman has the capability to achieve it in 12 days. 12
Yeah.
months versus 12 days. When she gets her Bhairava Adhara, she has that potential. Like the Shakti is so much that like she becomes unstoppable, right? The core meaning of Shakti is like that unstoppable force. Shiva is the Shiva, immovable object. So that
Mm.
when she becomes when a woman realizes her own core Shakti, who she is, she becomes so unstoppable that I tell women around me, or Devis around in my life, that they are Devis who are in different phase of their life. I only tell them stop taking validation from others. Don't take.
Mm.
A river always moves. A river doesn't ask permission. Oh, should I flow here? Should I flow here? No. She goes and nature will adjust itself. Like
Okay.
people will adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Like there are like
Yeah.
let's say shores around the river. River just goes.
Mm.
People will be like, okay, river is coming, we should move. The
Mm.
nature will adjust accordingly when you are so firm on your Shakti. I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm getting goosebumps saying that,
So
but
I
yeah, you
have
want to
that
continue.
one story for that, okay? River. So we
Mm,
know Lopamudra is the name of Makali,
mm,
right?
Yes.
And she was married, she was born to Kavera Muni, and she was given to sage Agastya to marry. And she took an oath, basically, saying that you'll never leave me and go anywhere else. Always you should be with me. That's what her promise was to Agastya Muni, right? But one fine day, what happened was he left to some other thing to do his meditation and go in search of something else. Something happened. He kept her in a small pot. He turned her into a water and kept in a small pot and left the home, right? And then she came to realize that he has left me all alone and went somewhere else, and all of that happened. And in that rage, she just came out of that river blasted, and she became a river, and she's told, I will never be with him, like that. And this story specifically comes to the thing wherein Kurg in Talkaveri, this is the story of her
Talkaveri.
origin. Yeah,
Okay.
Talkaveri, that's
Uh-huh.
the origin. That's she becomes the Gupta Gamini, as in uh, mountain spring. She comes every year during the Tula Sankramana time, right? Sankranti, yeah. That time, Tula Sankramana is different. When sun enters Tula Rashi, that is when she comes like that. So in that particular thing, what happened was she was rushing like a river, right? Like nobody could stop her. And all the women of Kurg, or in that particular area, they were just standing there and telling her, please don't go, please don't leave us. Like to the goddess, like don't leave us. She was just going right towards somewhere, leaving her Adara because he didn't, do the thing that he
Just
promised her,
promise.
right?
Yeah.
Then that particular time, they were sitting, every flooding was all happening, and the women, their sari, like how you wear the plaits and all in the front, right? Because of the force of that water, it twisted to the back. The pleats are in the back, and the thing comes in front. If you've observed Rashmika
Okay.
Mandana's sari,
The
right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
thing. So this is the
Karnataka
story
sari.
behind, like how that entire sari wearing changed because of this entire story. And that is,
What's
and Kaveri is the Kuldevi of Kurgis, and
Yeah.
Gutapa, as in the Shiva part, masculine, is also the Kuldeva. And this story, interestingly, I wanted to write so much about this story in creative writers, but I don't know, somehow I couldn't write it, and probably it was for this podcast. Like
Yeah.
when I told about flowing like a water, and
Hmm.
Lopamudra is the name of Makali, so Kaveri is Kakara Varna
Ka, ka,
Sarva.
ka.
Yeah,
uh,
We will be
Shakti of
releasing the
Kaveri,
podcast tomorrow,
Lopamutra.
Sunday.
I suddenly connected when he told about river. I connected to another name, like in Kakaradi
mm.
Sahasranamali, Kala Pushta. You know, Pushta is like to redirect. Guruji talks about this in
Uh-huh.
the video, like
Mhm.
Mahakal
That,
video, I think.
yeah, Kakara
Kala
de.
Pushta. That is
Okay.
also again Ka.
Yeah,
Everywhere,
right?
every episode ends with Ka only.
Yeah, that's an
Ka, ka,
interesting
ka.
thing. Like, even if Ma
Um,
is like, she's hurt, she'll be like, I'll do my thing, but I will come back to you. Every year I'll come back.
Ma,
Don't worry. Yeah.
Matrubhav.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go my way. She will choose her way, but she will never let her kids go hungry.
Still make sure you're okay.
Yeah. All the way from there, she's irrigating every land, right? Fertility, womb, creation. That's what it's also a Leela, whatever happened, probably, right?
Right.
That's nice. Interesting.
And one of the names of Ma is Muktakeshi.
Mm.
And this
Yeah.
regarding the hair. So hair represents Devi herself,
Mm.
long hair. And I've noticed this one thing. When Devis undergo a really intense and traumatic mental breakdowns, they tend to cut their hair. The first thing they would do is they chop their hair. So what was your point of view before getting into sadhana, and now how do you see it?
Mm. Who'll go with this?
Before
Oh, I
sadhana, it was just an impulsive decision. It
Mm,
felt
Oh.
like, okay, this was something I don't know. I feel like every woman after going through that emotional breakdown, they just want
Mm.
some change for herself. Like they
mm,
want to see themselves differently. And as women, hair plays a major role in appearance for
yeah.
every woman. So
Yeah.
yeah, before sadhana, this was the thing. Yeah, okay. I want to see myself differently. I want people to see me differently. So
Mm,
Mhm.
maybe chopping hair a little bit here and there or going full bald or something can, change the course of life. Maybe I can start thinking differently. I can start,
Mm.
like pampering myself differently.
mm.
That was before sadhana. After
So
sadhana,
I think, okay. After
after
sadhana,
sadhana,
yeah.
it's just for hair care routine so that
Oh,
we don't have split ends, nothing else.
true.
Yeah.
So I felt what before sadhana and everything, the general thing is hair is an extension of your brains, this thing, right? How your prana flows from there. And that's an extension and it holds spiritual significance and everything is
Yeah.
there. So chopping of that thing is like you will cut or give an end to that particular burden that we are carrying.
Yeah.
Like if it's a breakup, if it's some kind of a trauma, whatever, it's like, oh, this is too heavy. I have to, physically do something instead of emotionally sitting with it.
Mm.
Like in this path, it's like you stay in the pocket, do the thing,
Yeah.
burn completely.
You
But here
burn
it's
through
a
it.
we are physical, right? We are before sadhana. We are like, okay, what can I change of my this thing that is in my hands? Like you
And
need to feel like you're in
magically, yeah,
control. Yeah, what we can control our hair
hair.
because that will grow. We have control. We'll do this. So we've won the fight. We've won the thing, and we've
Yeah.
come out of it. The trauma is all gone. That is what we think.
And
So that
magically
is
it
how.
used to, yeah, it feels lighter after you cut it.
Yeah.
The burden
Yeah,
feels
it
lighter.
is.
It feels
It
lighter,
is
as in
because hair
physically it
holds
feels lighter.
memories, right?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, yeah. That's what
It's
extension of
just
the brain,
tangled.
this thing and all is there. It's too complicated, no? And then after that thing happens, but in sadhana thing, it's the after coming to this Mukta Keshi and everything, how I felt was like it just I didn't have the urge to chop it off. Like I was like,
Exactly.
whatever comes and goes, I'll just stay. And it became to a point where I had damaged ends, right? I was
Split ends, yeah.
Split ends. Split ends
and
is a
hair doesn't
problem.
grow after a point, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
grow longer after a certain point. And then I was just saying, okay, too much, yeah. I'll just give it a go here and there now, just for the sake of being, so that I
Just,
don't pluck
yeah.
those split ends and everything.
Yeah, sit and do the plucking.
Yeah, that's what I felt. And it's never a burden for me. It's never become, before it used to be, oh my God, even if it grows, it's gonna make me sweat. And now I'm here sweating. I'm sitting here, still I'm adoring playing with my hair. So that's the difference I've
Yeah.
noticed.
We learn to embrace the burden that our hair carries too.
Ah,
It is
that's
sadhana.
what.
We are burning through it, burning through everything,
No,
even with
burning
our
the
hair.
real burn
Yeah.
instead of fixing something in our physical body,
Yeah.
getting a tattoo, getting a haircut, or
Piercing.
piercing. I have piercing.
I
I love your piercings between. I was staring at your piercing when you were talking.
This was all pre-sadhana phase, but still.
Oh, wow.
It is so beautiful. Please. Oh my God,
Thank
nice
you.
piercings.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
So
I
for
personally
me,
feel every guy at least once they should grow hair because couple of years back
Mm.
I did grow my hair till here, and
Mm.
I know every morning I wake up, my hair will be like so messy. I have to go take a bath, like properly comb it so that it not like frizzy, the
Yeah.
split ends thing, and just to look normal, what I would generally look, it would take 15 minutes, like how Guruji says. I don't have to look so good or something, just to look normal. It takes 15 minutes every day. I have to eat good to make sure there is not.
Mm.
Some days when I take hair bath, a lot of hair will come. I'll be like, what if I come out bald? There's a lot of thing with hair, taking care. But yeah, it taught me a lot growing hair. Okay, next one. This could be a little intense. So I want you all to think.
Mm.
Jaima, so
Wow.
love without losing authority over yourself and setting boundaries without becoming cold.
Love without losing yourself.
Love without losing yourself.
That love is like Madhya Mahakali only. She's not losing herself there. Bhairava
Mm.
is giving the Adhara. She's complete, right? So that is love. If you ask a Kali Sadhaka, that is love. And the second question, love without what? Feeling cold.
Boundaries
Setting
Yes.
boundaries
What?
without
without,
being cold.
like in your personal life, when you have to
Hmm.
set boundaries without feeling cold, where you have to set boundaries, like be it with your
Yeah,
relatives and
for a
friends.
friends.
Mm,
True, true, true. Like what I've observed personally is whoever was not aligned, even before I came to this path, who was not aligned to me from within. Like I was just pushing it off. Oh, we know them from so long. We know
Mm.
them from 100, 10 years, 15 years.
Mhm.
They are our best friends. They are our family, like that and all, right? Since childhood birth and all, we used to think. But somewhere we used to also have this thought inside saying, they're not gonna align or somewhere we won't even it's gonna be there in the subconscious, and she just comes and she takes that ability to make the friend ability, whatever addiction you have for friends or for family or for whatever that may be, material thing, she just wants that. So she just clears the way. And in that moment, you feel like, oh, I'm being cold, I'm pushing people away and everything. But like Guruji says, like, you don't have to hate the person and push him away. You can just say, I'm here, I'm done. I think this is how it is. We can't go further. Like how he says, even if you have a relative who you're fighting with, don't create that animosity. Just be there, like, okay, this is it. You want to talk, you just be open, fine with them, but don't emotionally involve yourself with that.
Yeah.
Just be present so that they will not project hatred on you.
Yeah.
Right? Like Krishna, right? We'll just stay there, do our part. If it's not required, our presence is not required, we'll just slowly detach from there. No hatred, no cold feelings, but with what do you say, like a good send off. Send off in ourselves. We should send them off in our dhyana only, like, this is
How
done.
we detach from them is important.
Yeah, there's no hatred, there's nothing, there's neutrality, complete shunyata, right? And she'll take care of that, right? If you just give in, like, I am done with this thing, there's no nothing, and you can convey it to the other person as well. If they agree, it's fine. If they don't agree, then you can just play along, like, yeah, just for the sake of it. But you know from within that you don't carry any sort of emotion or hate or anger and everything,
Yeah.
sadness, right? So it's more to do with us than to do with them. So whoever feels cold or not, if it's meant for us to do that, take that particular choice, we have to do it, right? That's what I
The
feel.
arrow has to be shot, it has to be shot, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's organically, it can be done. We will just tell it. Like if it's cold or not cold, that's not our thing to
Yeah.
think, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then sometimes when we operate at this Matrubhava, like you should not hurt that person and all this. Like for me, sometimes I cannot suddenly go and tell. At those instances, Ma herself, like I will submit to her. She ensures
He takes
very
care.
perfectly. She ensures.
Yeah.
She takes care. She cuts
That's
kadga.
exactly.
Yeah, and then it is not that difficult with having amma, like having ma Adya who is kadaga, and then it is not difficult these days. It just simply happens. From both the ends, she ensured there is kadaga cut and rebirth, death and rebirth, and
It's
she's
more
also,
It's more of how we project ourselves, how we work on ourselves, and how we think about the other people or the situations and act on it, rather than showing authority and being cold, as you mentioned, and setting boundaries. It's totally how we work on ourselves and projecting it. So we can't go to a person and be like, okay, I don't like you. You don't talk to me from today. We can't say that. They'll be like, "Kya bacha banna hai?" I'll be like, are you a child or what? What are you doing? Are you doing cuttif with me or what? So yeah, it's
Okay.
basically how
Next.
we project. Yeah.
I actually believe in this thing wherein people now, though we have technology, we'll have that button block,
Yeah.
unblock, right?
Restrict.
Yeah, like that phase was there, right? Blocking people and everything. But internally, you'll be thinking about them. You'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, when he'll unblock, when she'll block me again. That, this. I have that in my fingertip. But I use this policy, block them from the heart. Like it's not cold, it's just normal. Just block it from here. And the person will be there in your WhatsApp, in your Facebook, your Instagram, everywhere. Right? You do it here. Outside, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like
Shunyata
the
has
person.
attained.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
that's what
don't
I
put
think.
your
That is the
mind
real
to it.
blocking.
Don't take that
also you
space and
told about loving without losing yourself, something, right?
yeah,
Like I think
Love without losing authority over yourself.
authority.
that's
Sometimes
what
that
it means.
other person takes so much authority and you know that you're losing authority, but just because of your love towards them, maybe I don't know the right word to use here,
Yeah, we can't fight back. We can't say anything.
fight back. We just women tend to forgive a lot.
You just
Like
let it
Yeah.
happen.
be like
Yes.
it's fine this time, but it keeps on like repeating in a
Building,
loop.
And that is
building,
where a
building, and
woman
it'll
gets
blast on.
tired of it, and they'll be so overwhelmed with all that control
Mm.
because they couldn't take that authority for themselves. And like, this goes to a lot of women actually. Like around me also, I've been seeing a lot of women who are so much involved with their husbands, with their boyfriends, and even parents and everything. They get hurt by them every day, but it's like you gave them the authority to tell anything about you, to talk to you in that manner. So it all depends on how, I don't know, again, it's boundaries. How well you draw boundaries, and it shouldn't affect the other person. It's really complicated to work on that thin line. It's a very thin line.
Mm.
Yeah.
I read this quote long back. When you stop a war so that the other person won't feel fine, you are indirectly starting a war inside yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
there's
true.
this saying, right? If you don't win the war, no. Like you lost the battle, but you'll win the war, right?
It's fine
There
to
are
lose
many
the battle,
battles.
but like at the end you win the war.
War is the thing. For us,
War
the
is the
war,
thing.
ultimate war is reaching that
Hmm.
Maha and Bhairava, right?
Like
BhairavakaalikeNamosthute.
Yeah.
another thing, like I've heard this a lot from my own cousins growing up and my friends especially. They say, I want to get a job and get out of the house as soon as possible. It's like financial independence and the ability to think and grow spiritual. I see it as the moment they get their financial independence,
Mm.
they've grown spiritually, like a lot. Like that becomes their motivation. Like, okay, I need to go out. Like, I don't know, maybe
Mm.
because of the family
Mm.
conditioning or constraining
Mm.
on every small aspect, micromanaging,
Mm.
it
Yeah.
turned them into something else, what they are not.
But this is different for sadhak and it's different for a
For
physical being,
Normally.
right?
yeah.
They're restricting a physical being. He wants to go out because he wants to live that life
Mm.
which was restrictive for. So he'll be
Yeah.
waiting, he or she, whoever. The once they get that freedom now out of parents, they will go haywire.
Oh yeah,
Like
It
that's
can
the
haywire,
next
go
topic.
destroy their
That one
lives.
is
Yeah,
also there.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is there. But for a
it will
sadhak, it's like a different thing. Like,
different. Yeah.
yeah.
For a
It's
sadhak,
just for
they
a
have to
sadhak,
go
it's
so that
just
their sadhana will continue. Maybe like
That is
it's
the
just
at
silly
like
thing,
one
right?
going
point the
out there.
progress will stop.
Yeah. You go out of the house and then like, leaving the nest.
That is there. It's
Hmm.
two ends of the same coin. We can't say this is right, this is wrong.
This is wrong, yeah.
Sometimes after you go through all of that phase only, you will sit
You can
for
come here.
sadhana also.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
that is also there.
Mm.
Everything has its own kala chakra.
Once Nityama told about like if a woman needs to express something, she needs to express. Otherwise, it affects her Mooladhara Chakra. Remember that we were discussing on the group that day?
Yes. Yeah, I remember. But no, I was telling
No,
that
throat.
throat chakra
Throat.
and
That's true.
Throat
the
and
Swadhisthana
Mooladhara is
and
connected to each other when they're as a fetus. Those two chakras are connected. When they grow, they
not
develop this
Mooladhara, the one above it,
Swadhisthana.
Swadhisthana.
Swadhisthana
Hmm.
and throat. The sexual,
Hmm.
this thing, and the throat, voice.
Yeah,
Mm.
sensuality, it is affected with sensuality and all that. And then they
Mhm.
both, the vocal cord and then this both emerge from the same embryonic tissue as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a
Yeah.
women can work on all the chakras and all this, but then when she's not speaking up for herself, when she's not standing up for herself, like putting
Mhm.
boundaries or speaking her truth, this is all a blockage in throat chakra. The blockage in throat chakra
Yeah.
will also affect that. So it's
Mm.
kind
Mhm.
of interconnected.
So
I
So
know.
I
it's very
feel
important to
even
speak.
talking, yeah,
Yes.
talking about your menstruation, menstrual rights, periods, family planning, yeah, that is there. Now that we've seen, right, women rights, feminine rights, all of that is happening, protests, right? So they're voicing out their womb. That is one thing. That for
Mm.
sadhaks, it's a different thing, right? Voicing out is a completely different thing. For non-sadhaks and all, it's like that's so much connected. So whenever that feminine this thing happened, right? Rise of femininity 1970s and International Women's Day and all of that happened, the main reason was okay, we need our rights, not only voting rights. They got it. But
Right.
even if you get that political rights and everything in the domestic settings, in there's a soft politics happening here, right? Everywhere women is looked down upon and everything, so she's still continuing. And we, as a mission, also, we are like advocating this thing, right? Like women, periods, menstrual awareness and safety from Kalipatra mission and distributing these reusable pads in Bangalore.
Mm.
So that is like we are also voicing out and help becoming the channel, right? So those two, like when you said they're connected, So if more women come and speak on this particular subject matter, it will empower the entire collective, right? We will feel more that's taboo, periods are taboo or something. Somewhere we have to start. So if we start
Mm.
with this subject, imagine how much strength and confidence a young girl child who just used to fear that stain. Like I used to fear that stain, right? When I was in
Yeah.
seventh or something. When we got our periods, like they were like, oh my, even women and girls only, right? They'll be like, oh my god, look at the stain. Oh god, like that kind of a thing was there. Like how scared. Like if you got your periods, it's over. My god, something has happened to her. They will just say, oh, she got her periods. Oh, that was how everybody treated us. Even the teachers were of no help at all, right? They used to send us to the home, treat us like something happened to her, something and all happened
Untouchable.
to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after you get used to it, they'll be like, oh, she got her period, she became that, this. What is that? I don't even understand. Why did this happen? It still happens, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it is.
And then the moment you get your periods, somewhere it'll leak or something, and that is a white skirt only. Perfect. During
Done.
Wednesdays and Saturdays. Then we think,
My
then we'll,
God.
oh my god, you have a stain. You just rush to the thing. Why so much of thing? As if it is some kind of a this thing. That kind of a conditioning has been put into our brains.
It is
But if
like
we
given,
normalize that, yeah.
yeah, naturally it is there. But then
Mm.
these people somehow they make it like something alien is happening. They don't
Mm.
see the
Yeah.
natural phenomenon, accept it as something natural, and
Mm.
all these dramas that are happening, and then women
And the
themselves
difference,
they'll be
yeah, the
doing
Yeah.
it.
difference how our first period is celebrated so grandly,
Um,
and the next ones are we are made just sit at our home in our room in the corner. That's very
This like
different.
Kumari Puja, like Srotoswini told.
Yeah.
This one is like that only. Yeah.
Yes.
First
Okay, once
period is
you read
celebration.
the chapter from
The
my book, it
irony,
will affect you.
duality.
Hmm.
But then yeah, she's not giving like Adhikar, I think. Your book I am
I'm
trying.
I made a lot of people read it, like I gave a link, but nobody was able to read till now. But now I've decided, okay, she doesn't want anybody to read till I complete the book completely. So I'll have to complete that. And I don't know, but while writing book, I had to think a lot on women's point of view and write it. So it gave me a lot of things. I spoke to a lot of devis around me and think, uh, what do you think about this? The the whole point of view was so different how women see the world from how a man sees it. See, like a basic thing, a guy commented on the YouTube channel uh, saying that if you see a basic normal any relation, let's say a fight happens, a woman wants to sort it out then and there. A man be like, we'll do it later slowly, like
Yeah.
when
Hmm.
everything is fine. And by then she would lose her mind. She's not unable
She
to
would go and do it already.
Yeah.
control, I mean, like, do other stuff. Then he said, like the guy, like he commented on the channel, he said, because see, every month woman goes through her periods, 4-day period. Let's say you accumulate some karma, like just by living and breathing in this yuga, you accumulate a lot. So women go through so much of mental and physical pain. She cleans herself every with
Hmm.
moon, like with the moon cycle.
Yeah.
But for a man, it's not like that. Don't have anything to clean. So he accumulates, and one day he bursts out everything. Like a huge event happens in his life. But for a woman, it's not like that. They're they're aligned to the cycle of moon, like the cycle of Devi,
Hmm.
Amavasya, and
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Purnima,
Yeah, this
New
Purnima.
moon, new moon
new
leaders,
Human
new
for
moon.
moon leaders. They
yeah.
and then these two are distinct personalities only sometimes. Yeah.
I was thinking when Sai mentioned na, like men will blast in one day. There's that thing now when they reach their 50s or something will happen. They'll either buy a new bike and start a new hobby or something. Like this is my life. This is over my life. They'll have there's some word
Yeah.
actually for that.
I worked whole life. Now this is my time to enjoy. Yeah.
They'll just become something else during that particular age period. That is their cycle
Okay.
and their entire
Even
life.
men are suppressed with the ideas of other men around them.
Hmm.
But then men have 24-hour
Midlife
hormones or
crisis.
something.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis is what.
Midlife crisis.
But
Yeah,
for
I'm
that is
women, it's
remembering
like
a
every monthly
movie.
crisis.
Yeah, every month crisis. It's
Yeah. The proper, that one only. Like Sai mentioned, right? They'll not have anything. One day it will blast is that midlife crisis someday. I've done my job, I've got my kids and everything. Whatever done for myself, I
Yeah,
will
go
go
get a new
on a bike
bike, right?
ride. I'll travel the world, or I'll marry another woman.
But I don't know, that will crumble, right? That generation will crumble, right? This.
Yeah, women like us are born and clean the bloodline.
True.
Mhm.
Okay, talking about bloodlines, now I want you all to like each of you give one because we're gonna close soon. It's almost like more than 2 hours now. I was not expecting this, but I wanted it to be. So
Mhm.
yeah, uh, a message to every woman who's watching this video who feels small about themselves and who don't have support to talk to anybody. Like I know like a lot of Devis do watch our podcast. A lot of them do not comment, but when I sit in my dhyana, like kind of like I understand, like okay, there are Devis who are watching it, and this gives them strength. So each one of you, what is your message to women who feel small about themselves?
Hmm. Well, so my message is this, like how I talked about a young girl witnessing her own femininity, right? When she gets her period, she becomes, I am a woman. That time. To growing up, undergoing all the phases, witnessing the society and everything, if you nurture that young child in you, that young girl who's so innocent, she didn't know anything, and connecting that to this path, we are still that same girl inside. We have that child within us, right? And somehow, after coming to this path, all those traumas that I carried as a young girl, right? I'm just healing them one by one, one by one. I'm healing it. And it's happening. It's not like I'm already, oh, like that. No, I'm not accumulating any past of that past traumas and everything. But then now it's healing. So, in this path, for this thing, if I give the advice is just, if you get come across any Guruji's video that is talking specifically about women and that attracts you, right? Just stick to that. You just watch that one particular video. Just go search in the YouTube women, periods, Ravin Radhakrishnan, like that. If you search, you'll get so many answers. Only that one video is enough. If you're a non-sadhak, right? That one video, it will stay in your mind. Somewhere or the other, it will manifest within you, right? Somehow you'll get into the path. Even if you don't get into the path, you will have that courage because you don't have to go and search for any therapy, right? These videos are therapy only for me. Ma is like
Yeah,
the ultimate thing, right? So if people who come to this path, then obviously watch everything, and that's my advice for every woman. If you come from that particular video, especially women in sadhana, periods, Bhairava sadhana, can women do, all of those videos. And uh, yeah, for non-sadhaks, it's the same thing. If you come across that video, one video only, you just keep watching it. Be with that video, you will feel more empowered, and you can just conquer the world, right? Like Yogini is conquering the world, like Shrutasini said. She can conquer the world, and then come to this path. Ultimately, everything will come to Mahadhyama.
right.
So yeah.
So
Wow.
for me, like what I would like to tell, like if anyone is watching, like women naturally have that within them. Like the women is Shakti, right? So naturally she'll be protected only, I believe. Like a lot of women I have noticed, they might not belong to the specific religion or some geographical location. However, they are the strength that sometimes that they hold, they will themselves tell it is so foreign to me. Something held me. Like this, this protection is there in the women, like the divine, like whatever we name it, divine, angel, guide, something people label everything these days. But then some higher power that a woman surrenders to when she is genuine, the pious, the energy that she carries within herself, it is enough to protect her. But then in our path, like it is so brutal in this Gora Kali Yuga that we really need Madhya. Like a woman, any form of Shakti she once invokes, Shakti she can instantly connect. So, yeah, my suggestion would be like invoke the feminine forms. You'll be instantly able to connect. Like this, instantly women can connect with Shakti. And then for her to, get that Adhara, definitely Bhairava is needed. And yeah, somewhere by protecting the nature, we are doing Bhairav sadhana. Like that Shakti sadhana by serving femininity, understanding femininity in itself is Shakti sadhana without actually doing Shakti sadhana, I think. So yeah, but then for women, you are Shakti herself, so don't feel small or something. You naturally have that within yourself. The divinity is there definitely within every single woman. So yeah, Shakti can do anything. Shakti is Yogini is a Shakti, and so you are. You naturally have all the power within yourself. So do not shrink. Just race. Jama.
Meghnama.
Yeah, okay. What I want to say to every woman who's watching this is, yeah, as Nityaji said, you are Shakti, you are Devi herself. And most importantly, women judge themselves of being overreactive. So I want to point this out and state that no, you're not overreacting. You're carrying the pain of all the unis of this universe. You're experiencing every pain through you. So let it flow, let it flow. Don't absorb it. Don't sit and think about everything. Don't overthink. Don't think that you're overthinking and overreacting. It's very natural as a woman to go through multiple thoughts at a time, to go through difficult tasks at a time. And you're given so many tasks because only a woman can do it. You are the Shakti. Only Shakti has that Shakti to do anything in this world. And as Nityaji said again, Bhairava sadhana is very important because that adhara is how you place yourself in this divine field, in this divine consciousness, and how you embrace yourself and how you go through your sadhana, go through your daily life, and how your daily life revolves around sadhana, and how everything naturally comes into place. It is very surprising when you sit and think of yourself. Like you will be like, okay, this, I don't know how this happened, but okay, this has happened. Yeah, this is right, it should have happened like this. Everything will fall into its own place. That is
Mm.
how powerful sadhana is. Even if you start small, start with just, as Guruji says, just with ka. Even if you keep repeating just ka, that's enough. That's ma already. It's ma. And yes, Ma Kali is not some fierce, rigorous form you're not allowed to worship. It's not that. It's all a very misconception that has been spreaded all over the world right now. Ma Kali, Madhya Mahakali, she is the most loving mother that you can ever imagine. She is going to hold you and fight everybody else for you. So, yeah.
So I want to ask Sai because he's there from the beginning. It's 2 hours 44 minutes right now, right? Since the Zoom.
Almost like
How?
maybe.
Yeah, almost 3. You can just say that, right? How did you see witnessing this podcast since it was a very burning desire? Like you have to do this Shakti podcast since you are now
Yeah,
the
Bhairava Tattva here.
I remember I asked, we had the small group. I asked Nityama and Bhargavi, let's do like a proper Shakti podcast. I want all Shaktis to talk. Like, I've had this urge from, I don't know, I was talking to Ma. She's like, okay, I want to see, like, raw emotions of Adya. Like, a lot of Devis, you know, they want to talk, they want to express a lot of things, but they are suppressed. And as I've seen, okay, I talked to one guy, so we talk this like every Devi that I see on the group, they reminds me of an idol. Like I don't know how to explain the energy. Actually, like I must have seen they represent an idol for me, and I've started getting this more matribhav, like how then I think myself be like, okay, if I'm Kali, embodying Kali, how does mother sees everybody, like their kids? So I started seeing that way, especially Devis. Guys though I have like different aspect of I see them, but like Devis, so I'm like Devi. And like after that, a lot of Devis have entered my life. be it at my workplace, wherever, my part-time, with everywhere, like I'm literally surrounded with Devis. And like they treat me as their own. We have like, girls group. We sit there, talk. I'll be the only guy sitting and talking. So I was like, okay, it's good now. I want to see this at a sadhaka level. All lady sadhakas, if they talk, how it's gonna be like pure Shakti. Like I wanted that. And kind mother, she is asked for 1 episode. Now we are making a series. This is the first pilot episode of Project Baby Bleeds from Kaliputra Mission, and we will have a lot of guests coming back, and it's gonna be a journey. Stay with us. With that, we conclude the episode. Jai Ma,
Jai Ma.
BhairavakaalikeNamosthute. Jai Ma.
We're hunting through the darkness, through the shadows and the haze, searching for my Kali in a wild and rhythmic maze. We strip away the flowers and the incense from the air to find the primal mother with the wild and matted hair. We're calling through the silence where the earthly echoes die, looking for the lightning in the corner of your eye. Where is your long tongue stained with the night? Where are the skulls that you wear for our sight? Where are the severed hands swinging at your side? Where is the darkness that you no longer hide? Why aren't you holding my head in your grip? Why aren't you letting my heart life blood drip? Drop the mask they've made you wear, tear away the silk and leave your jagged essence bare. I want the naked truth that is etched into the bone, a truth so heavy that it stands entirely alone. The raw, undigestible truth of the end, the one that the spirit cannot break or even bend. Let me love you once again, feel the fire in my soul. Let your divine nectar make me broken and then whole. Drown out the ego, let the world disappear. I am calling you closer, I am conquering fear. No more pretty lies, no more sugar on the tongue. Let the final blackest anthem of the soul be sung. Where is your long tongue stained with the night? Where are the skulls that you wear for our sight? Where are the severed hands swinging at your side? Where is the darkness that you no longer hide? Why aren't you holding my head in your